If you love almonds,
Almonds? Yeah.
really love almonds,
I do.
I do.
I do.
you'll love the Mars Almond Bar. So many almonds, you get an almond in every bite.
An almond in every bite. Right. Yeah.
Plus real milk chocolate. So get an almond in every bite. Mars Almond Bar. And now Mars Sprint Bar and Mars Crunchy Chocolate Bar. The best chocolate on Earth comes from Mars.
In some ways, I'm old-fashioned and sentimental. I save love letters, and I press flowers in books. But I do like the modern way to have prettier hair. That's why I like Nice and Easy. It's got built-in conditioners, and the color looks so honest. It lets me be me. I guess that's why Nice and Easy is the world's best-selling hair color.
Now, here is a corn lover, and there's nothing more gratifying to a corn lover than to know that her mother has given her delicious Del Monte family-style corn. More people eat it than any other corn like it. It's a special strain developed to be sweet and tender. And when a corn lover is eating Del Monte corn, she probably doesn't need to hear me talking about how good it is, right? Well, then I'm just going to go into the living room and talk about corn to the sofa.
Nothing's too good for Daddy and me. Mom brings Del Monte home.
Purina Puppy Chow helps little puppies grow into big puppies. But then its job is only half done, because even after he looks full grown on the outside, inside his muscles are still forming and his bones are still growing for about a full year. That's why he needs a full year of the extra nutrition in Puppy Chow. Puppy Chow for a full year, till he's full grown.
Decision 88, election update. Here is Tom Brokaw, NBC News.
Good evening. Senator Bob Dole wins a doubleheader tonight in South Dakota and in Minnesota. Let us show you our projections now in those Midwestern states. Dole is our projected winner in South Dakota, and a very impressive showing tonight in Minnesota as well for Senator Bob Dole. And look what else happened in Minnesota. Pat Robertson, our projected runner-up, beating out Vice President George Bush. On the Democratic side, in South Dakota, Missouri Congressman Richard Gephardt, our projected winner over Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis. The vote now in South Dakota. As you can see, more than half of the vote has been counted. A very significant victory tonight for Richard Gephardt. It is his second Midwestern win. He won in Iowa, of course. Michael Dukakis spent a lot of money in South Dakota and was well organized but fell off the pace in the closing hours of the campaign. And Al Gore, who is trying to demonstrate that he's a national candidate, not just a regional candidate, gets only 8% of the vote. On the Republican side, Bob Dole, the winner in South Dakota, and another close race for second place between Robertson and Bush. If Robertson beats Bush here, it will be the third time that he has defeated the sitting vice president in the rural Midwest. So that would not be a good night for Vice President George Bush. We'll have a complete wrap-up on all of this tonight, including interviews with Gephardt and Dukakis at 11:30, 10:30 Central Time. For now, I'm Tom Brokaw, NBC News, New York.
Come on, you guys. The sun's already up. It's going to be a golden day.
Let's eat.
Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Crispy, crunchy graham cereal, family breakfast treat. Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Golden honey, just a touch with Graham's golden wheat.
It's a great tasting part of a complete breakfast for the whole family.
Try those golden grahams and have a golden day.
After you take away the bread, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise, what have you got? Well, with Oscar Mayer Bologna, you've got meat, and lots of it. Cuts from the beef brisket, chuck, round, and flank. Cuts of pork side and shoulder, never cereal or filler. Oscar Mayer Bologna. The beginning of a beautiful sandwich.
When can I pick up the pictures?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay, let me make a note of that.
You gonna write it down there?
Well, it's going to,
Oh,
yeah.
well, then let's say Tuesday.
You mean 2 days earlier?
No, 5 days later.
5 days later, I thought as much.
If this customer were at a Photomat store, we'd be introducing him to our brand new picture pickup promise. Photomat's way of telling you exactly when your pictures will be ready.
That quick?
Sure, and if it doesn't work out, you get a free roll of film.
Oh, no. You get in trouble for that.
Oh, it's no problem.
Huh?
It's a Photomat policy.
The Photomat picture pickup promise.
Is there a Photomat store around here?
Saturday, the fun starts when Nancy meets Francie, Sunshine's mom.
Actually, we live a very quiet life here. Oh, I love you. And what do you call this? Bad timing.
Then there's a fire at the fishes.
The empty house 2 doors down, it's on fire.
Could Victor be a firebug?
These children are under my supervision.
Go fish!
And Starsky and Hutch are set up by the mob. Right after Blansky's Beauties and Fish.
I can't believe this. You know, Gravy Train's really been improved. Look how the guys go for it. It's a big improvement because Gaines just added a natural beef flavor. Improved Gravy Train even looks different. And dogs can taste the difference, wet or dry. Tests show they prefer its new beefy taste over old Gravy Train 3 to 1. It's fully nutritious, too. New Gravy Train, a big improvement in taste. Right, guys?
I missed my big chance last time. Angie, I'm not going to miss it again.
There it is. That's the Athena 2000 electronic machine by Singer. It's $100 off. Push these buttons. It sews 25 stitches.
Beautiful.
Even measures buttons and makes buttonholes to fit in 1 step. If you missed your chance last time, the big Singer sale is back.
Hey, Debbie, if you was my mother, what would you think of your son now, huh?
Oh.
You're the Pepsi generation. Come and have a Pepsi day. Come on, come on, come on and taste the Pepsi way. Come on, come on, come on and have a Pepsi day. Wrap a thirsty smile around it. Raise a Pepsi up and down it. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Have a Pepsi day.
Gestures you make will...
Are your teeth really their whitest up close? Is your breath really its freshest up close? They can be with new Close-Up, the toothpaste and mouthwash in one. Clear Red Close-Up has 2 whiteners that get teeth whiter than the toothpaste most people use, and a real mouthwash. So it not only gets your breath close-up fresh, it also gets your teeth close-up white. Close-Up is for close-ups.
This is Professor Goody speaking to you from a diving bell 400 feet beneath the ocean, where I'm about to prepare some delicious Aunt Jemima frozen waffles just for me, not for that pesky waffle whipper.
Waffle, waffle, waffle.
I take them from the freezer, pop them into the toaster, and light, crisp, golden brown with Aunt Jemima syrup on them. Aunt Jemima waffles for kids who like a square meal for breakfast.
Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, 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 waffle.
Wallace, please, stop! All right, Wallace, won't you join me?
Waffle, 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 waffle.
That's a waffle whipper whipping an Aunt Jemima waffle. They're in your grocer's freezer. Is there a waffle whipper at your house?
Waffle, waffle.
A bunch of kids looking for action. So what's doing out on the street? Is this the way we ought to use our boy power? Think about it. America's manpower begins with boy power. Let's not waste it. Be a volunteer worker with the Boy Scouts.
All over the world, the word for great coffee flavor is Nescafe.
We're the world's favorite brand of instant coffees.
In America, Nescafe's great flavor comes 2 ways.
We're the world's best-selling too.
Nescafe Regular in the red label.
If Nescafe can please the whole wide world.
And now Nescafe Decaffeinated in the green label.
We can sure please you.
Same kind of flavor. Nescafe Regular, Nescafe Decaffeinated. What's your pleasure?
When the family's all together, life's the best that it can be. Life's more fun when you're munching when you're munching Fritos. 'Cause Fritos goes with fun, fun makes family memories. And old or young, life's more fun when you're munching Fritos. Munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching one, when you're munching one, when you're munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching one, when you're munching Fritos. Grand corn chips.
Don't come near me.
Thursday, John Amos, Ernest Borgnine, and the cop of the future are set up by a girl on the edge. Then a new puppy brings Chrissy and Jack closer together.
Yeah, there's nothing a girl likes more than a little tickle on the tummy.
Three's Company after Future Cop and Barney Miller.
I'll give you $50 for those sneakers.
$50. Okay? You can have them. They're terrible. It's to prove a point. Now, you wash in detergent alone, right?
Yeah. Okay. Let's wash this sneaker in detergent alone and this one in the same detergent plus Clorox bleach. Now, see any cleaning difference?
The one I wash with my detergent is just 30. The one washed with Clorox looks so clean.
Clorox Clean. People can see the difference.
Hey, who woke me up? Oh, sorry, Cuckoo. It's this cold. I'm stuffy and my sinuses,
Try 4-way long-acting nasal spray, Nose. It relieves stuffy noses and sinuses up to 10 hours to help you breathe easier so you can fall asleep easier.
Hey, that's a blast.
A blast that lasts all night.
Thanks, Cuckoo. Your timing's right on the nose. 4-way long-acting nasal spray. The blast that lasts all night.
It's not too sweet. It's refreshing, crisp, and neat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale, it's not too sweet.
It's not too sweet. I repeat, it's not too sweet. Canada Dry cools your thirst. It's a taste that can't be beat.
It's not too sweet. It's a cold, refreshing treat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale, it's not too sweet.
Regular or diet, it's more refreshing because it's not too sweet.
When entering the world of art, you'd be smart to dress the part. Gentlemen prefer Hanes, with all the ladies draped in crepe. The artist loves the human shape. Gentlemen prefer Hanes. Hanes will make you smooth and silky, shapely, sexy. Wear a pair and you could be captured for posterity. Gentlemen prefer Hanes.
I hereby dub you the Easter Bunny.
Wednesday, a special family presentation narrated by Fred Astaire.
The Easter Bunny is coming to town today.
Let's all have a happy Easter.
The Easter Bunny's coming to town.
We here at the ad agency feel this commercial is provocative, motivating, and really class-a-roo. Now, what do you think, sir?
Only one shoe? Florsheim makes over 256 different styles. Show them all, big, big. What about the craftsmanship? Even our laces are better.
Have lace shoes?
I apologize. Why don't we show a huge centipede wearing all the Florsheim shoes?
I like that. That could be a musical. Shaboom, shaboom.
Hey, I like that.
I like that.
Everything down.
I come to show you why mannequin flavor plenty enjoyable. I need water. See, water make leaf stretch. Wrap cigar well. Mouth enjoy flavor. Yes? Mannequin flavor special.
Sheer enjoyment.
Nobody can connect you with more of this country than United Airlines. With low-cost vacations from Hawaii to the New York Islands, to the mountains, to the oceans, to the sunshine, and back again. That's why in the friendly skies we say, your land is our land.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
Sounds like you've accidentally invented a thermochemical energy source.
A scientific wonder becomes a nightmare.
Someone's walking around with enough explosive to turn the city into a pancake.
A power that could mark the beginning of the end for the $6 million man.
How does your daughter feel about the wash?
She couldn't care less.
Mrs. Shep just uses detergent alone. Let's see what happens when she adds Clorox bleach to one of her loads.
Which blouse would you rather wear?
This one. This one's much cleaner than this one. It's a good feeling to wear something clean.
Well, I said you wouldn't care. I mean, it's just so much whiter. It's very obvious. That's the Clorox one. And there is a definite difference. From now on, we'll just have to use Clorox.
Clorox makes the difference.
I see now that she does care.
Look, Linda, I just bought a new seamless support bra that's so beautiful. I have to show you. Oh, better show you this way. It's the Playtex Support Can Be Beautiful bra, and it's seamless. Don't you love these pretty details? And these smooth, seamless cups. Plus this secret support designed for real support. And you know, it's so pretty. It makes me feel pretty. The new seamless Support Can Be Beautiful bra from Playtex. Support can be beautiful.
The American Eagle. Goodyear's symbol for its all-American kind of radial tire. Goodyear is committed to product innovation. We introduced rayon cord in tires. We created the polyglass tire and the polysteel radial. And now the American Eagle with belts of Flex 10 cord instead of steel. Flex 10 is made from a flexible man-made aramid fiber that's pound for pound stronger than steel.
The tire for America, the American Eagle, the tire.
Pardon me, what kind of dog food does your dog eat?
Young fella, there's two things I know. Checkers and dogs. Dogs like canned dog food. Especially Herman here.
Do you think he'd like Gaines burgers?
Well, he might. Yeah, leave this to me. Dogs like food that's moist and meaty.
But Gaines burgers are moist and meaty, see?
Go ahead, but...
And they taste terrific.
And you don't know nothing about Checkers, neither.
Gaines burgers dog food. The canned dog food without the can.
I found a recipe you won't find in a cookbook, but it's sure nutritious and a real money saver, too. Take a quart of Carnation Instant Non-Fat Dry Milk. Add a quart of whole milk. Mix, chill, and serve. You get 2 quarts of fresh-tasting low-fat milk and make a real savings on your milk bill. Carnation Instant Milk. Good for you and your budget, too.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. Almond Joy's got real milk chocolate, coconut and munchy nuts too. Mounds got deep dark chocolate and chewy coconut. Ooh. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Peter Paul, Almond Joy's got nuts, Peter Paul, Mounds don't.
Plus, now there's also a new Mounds with creamy rich milk chocolate.
What you're about to see is the world's most revolutionary telephone switching invention. We call it Super Switcher. It has almost no moving parts, yet handles 4 times more calls than its predecessor. It required an investment of $400 million, but should ultimately save $1 billion a year. And soon, every major American area will have one. Looks dull, eh?
Well, imagine that each of these cars is a long-distance call. This new invention can handle over 500,000 an hour. That's 5 days' traffic on a busy Los Angeles freeway. Super Switcher. It should go a long distance to prevent traffic jams on your long-distance calls.
The Bell System. People using technology to help keep down costs and improve service. Keeping your phone system the best in the world.
It's the first show of the new year, and the Captain and Tennille do it right. With their guests Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr., John Biner, Muhammad Ali, and Joe Namath. It's the new 1977 Captain and Tennille.
You are the apple of my eye, yeah. Forever you...
This is a cubic foot. There are 5 more of these inside the new Chevrolet.
than there are inside this year's older style full-size cars of Chevy's nearest sales competitor. That's based on U.S. government estimates of vehicle interior size as reported in the 1977 EPA Guide for New Car Buyers. The new Chevrolet with 5 more cubic feet of room. It stacks up beautifully. Now that's more like it.
Fellow Americans, stop dragging your feet. Wear kitties when you're going to go out on a date.
Look great.
But do you know your feet need a little love?
Kitty knows.
What an agonizing, enterprising, hard kind of day you spend working overtime. You.
Live it small.
You. When you shop, you need shoes for it all. I say comfort and style. If you're young at heart or young enough to remember, come to Kitty and explore at the Great American Shoe Store.
What's behind the brand of hot dogs you buy? You know you're getting solid value with Oscar Mayer and quality trusted for generations. There's wholesome meat protein from solid cuts of meat. The only meat Oscar Mayer uses. U.S. government inspected. Oscar Mayer selected. Oscar Mayer wieners and beef franks in handy twin packs. The flavor's as good as the good meat itself. Oscar Mayer, America's #1.
When did you start baking from scratch?
It's not scratch, Mom. It's new Pillsbury Plus.
A yellow cake this firm could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus.
A cake this moist could only be from scratch. A cake this rich could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus. The plus is pudding. Pudding right in the mix to add that moistness.
Rich flavor. New Pillsbury Plus, huh? Looks like scratch has met its match.
Cut. Reload. That's a complicated-looking machine, isn't it? Funny thing is, a lot of people still think that taking home movies is that complicated, too. If that were true, believe me, I wouldn't take them. For instance, he's reloading the film. Let me show you how easy Kodak has made it for you and me with a Kodak Instamatic movie camera. You finish one roll of film, drop another one in, you're all set. How you doing, Charlie? Taking home movies couldn't be much easier than that, could it? You know, now is the time to start, too. When the kids are growing up, you're on your vacation, save the action and the color in movies. With Kodak projectors, movies are easy to show, too. And cameras start at less than $35. Actually, you know what Kodak does for you?
Try a taste of martini. The most beautiful drink in the world is the bright one, the right one. It's martini. Anytime, any place, anywhere. There's a wonderful world you can share in the bright taste of the right one. That's martini.
Why are women so happy about new Tickle antiperspirant? Is it because Tickle is the first roll-on with a big, wide ball? Is it because Tickle comes in 4 fresh fragrances? Or is it because Tickle helps keep you dry all day? Make yourself happy. Staying drier is nicer with a little Tickle.
Gentlemen, ladies, welcome to General Foods. Today, we're proud to announce a breakthrough in coffee. We're introducing the Perfect Cup. At first, I'd like you all to taste this new product, and then I'd be happy to answer any questions. Yes.
It's rich. All right, how'd you do it?
We discovered a process that removes bitter taste. Ma'am.
What kind of process?
We found that roughness and bitter taste went out as we reduced the caffeine down to 50%.
50%? Explain why you went to 50.
Let me show you. Run the film, Mike.
Smoothness and richness take over when there's 50% less caffeine than regular coffee. The Perfect Cup.
As simple as it sounds, that's the breakthrough. And speaking of a breakthrough, let's have a coffee break.
Introducing the Perfect Cup. Once you taste this coffee, you'll have no questions.
Well, you really did it to yourself this time.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is.
Ah, those lovely bubbles. Bursting into action, instantly soothing your upset stomach and speeding relief to your aching head. Alka-Seltzer works fast.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Hello, young waffle lovers, wherever you are. Professor Goody here, high up in this bell tower. And just so that pesky waffle woofer won't follow me, I'm pulling all the ladders up behind me. There, safe at last. Now to pop a couple of delicious Aunt Jemima frozen waffles into my trusty toaster. So light, crisp, golden brown. Oh, I could hardly wait. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, 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 waffle. Sorry, Wallace. These Aunt Jemima waffles are just for me. Waffle, 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 waffle. Hey, now. Waffle. Wallace, please. Waffle, 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 waffle. Oh, very well, Wallace. Won't you join me?
Waffle, waffle, waffle. This is a waffle whiffer whiffing an Aunt Jemima waffle. You'll find them in your grocer's freezer. Is there a waffle whiffer at your house? Waffle?
Cost of living got you down.
Prices are so high, I take a ladder to go shopping.
Cost of living got you down.
Money used to burn a hole in my pocket. Now it isn't even there long enough to get warm.
There's one bargain left in town.
Campbell's Soups. Try chicken with rice. Best parts of the chicken, fluffy rice, and 2 chicken stocks for extra flavor. About 6 cents a 7-ounce serving.
Sit right down and get your Campbell's worth.
Birth defects strike over 250,000 infants a year in this country alone. What can we do about it? Plenty. You know, research has shown that some birth defects can be prevented by proper prenatal care, and that includes good nutrition.
Well, that's not bad, but 4 pounds in 2 weeks isn't terrific.
I'm Mark Hamill asking you to protect the unborn and the newborn.
Those dirty rings. You'd scrub them, soak them, even bleach them. And you can still come out with... Ring around the collar! Now, try whisk around the collar. Pour concentrated whisk right on the dirt. It sinks in, starts to clean before you start to wash. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar every time. Whisk.
Here's Lucy. Was brought to you by Whisk. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar.
Mother Care take care of you before you're born and when you're...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mother Care, go up to 10.
You can go there when you're big, go there when you're small. You can go before you've scarcely been anywhere at all.
Now Mother Care, go up to 10.
At Mother Care, you're sure that the prices will be right for a grown-up girl or a tiny little mite.
Now Mother Care, go up to 10.
Such special care, such sensible prices for mothers-to-be and children up to...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Happy families, Mother Care, go up to 10.
Fireplaces glowing, icicles growing, hearts overflowing with cheer. It's that wonderful season we all find so pleasing, the Toys R Us time of year. The world's biggest toy stores, Toys R Us. The biggest selection, Toys R Us. It's the Toys R Us time of year. Toys R Us.
My name is Mr. Bubble. Let me show you tubs of fun.
You can be a bubble.
With Mr. Bubble.
You can have some bubble toes.
With Mr. Bubble.
Or be a bobblehead.
With with Mr. Bubble. I'm safe and gentle, and I make getting clean almost as much fun as getting dirty. Have a tub of fun with Mr. Bubble. He makes getting clean almost as much fun as getting dirty. Mr. Bubble.
What makes you think I'm a spy?
Two-way radio? Micro tape recorder?
What makes you think I'm a spy?
On what?
Chocolate. Minstrels. Not like ordinary chocolate. Crisp sugar shell on the outside and surprise, surprise, smooth milk chocolate on the inside.
Chocolate?
Mm-hmm.
You do surprise me.
Minstrels. One of life's more pleasant surprises. Candy crisp, chocolate smooth.
Have you ever wished for one product that would clean and shine almost everything in your house? Here it is, Clean and Shine. Like magic, Clean and Shine leaves a nice shine on fine wood furniture, so you don't need furniture polish. It cleans and shines mirrors, so you don't need glass cleaner for mirrors. It cleans and shines refrigerators, like this kitchen product, even countertops, tile, and vinyl. Try new Clean and Shine, the foam that cleans and shines almost everything in your house.
What's up? Dino's stolen the different vitamins we need to make Flintstones. Yabba-dabba-doo, yabba-dabba-doo. Flintstone vitamins are good to chew with vitamin A, vitamin B's, vitamin C, and vitamin D. Help your body work and grow right.
We put them all together to make Flintstones vitamins.
Mom, if your kids don't always eat right, one Flintstone each day ensures they're getting the vitamins they may need. Yabba-dabba-doo. Flintstones, regular and plus iron.
Check, check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Ah, fuck it. Do-wackadoo. Do-wackadoo. I'll be there in a minute. And that's me. I'm still getting used to these new controls, man. It's pretty weird. Pushing buttons and having stuff happen. It's weird. It's totally weird. What's going on out there in the world this morning? I know that out in the world there's a lot of fucked up shit. And I try to leave that outside. I try not to bring it in. Good morning. Good morning. I'm smoking. Totally. Sounds different than regular teeth, huh? Normal teeth. What's normal? What's teeth? What is it anyway? What is it about? What is it? What is it about? What is it about? Hey, good morning, Joey. I'm just a rambling man. Just a rambling. What's going on, dude? I am. Yeah. I am what I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. That's me, baby. A little Popeye action. Yeah, tell him Popeye's here. Yeah, tell him Popeye's here. Definitely Popeye. Yeah. I asked my daughter, I said, let's go buy Pioneer Chicken. And she said, I don't know what that is. And I said, oh, I mean Popeyes. We got a Popeyes out here, not Pioneer Chicken is like the old days. There was a Pioneer Chicken in Hollywood that my father ate at back in the 70s. And because he went there once and got some slightly underdone chicken, he hated the place. He just hated, how dare they make a mistake like that with me. Never again will I go there. And every person I talk to, I'm going to badmouth the place. Yeah, they gave me a piece of undercooked chicken. Oh, the nerve, the gall of somebody to make a mistake. A mistake on me. Yeah. He never, ever, if you happen to mention Pioneer Chicken, he'd go into a tantrum about that undercooked chicken. You know, 40 years ago, they had some undercooked. And it's like, give me a break. Let it go. Just let it go, dude. Oh, man, he could hold on to shit. Oh, used to just piss me off. Like, dude, get over it already. All right? It's just a TV show, man. You don't have to berate that one actor every time you see him because he said something 30 years ago that you didn't like. He said an off-color remark. Man, I'm going to hate him forever. It's like, give me a break, dude. Give me a fucking grow up. Right? Like, just fucking grow up. Yeah, no wonder when he talks shit on my back or behind my back to my wife, I didn't talk to him for 10 years. I wonder why. Maybe I learned to hold a grudge. Coffee. Drinking coffee with my teeths in. It's a little bit of a challenge. I got a dribble cup here. You know. There you go. Anywho, Joey, yesterday I didn't get to introduce you to Cassie, my friend of like over 30 years. Of course, I haven't talked to in upwards of 25 years. But hey, who's counting, right? But that's the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. Whistling is really easy with my teeth, and it's easier than when I had my old teeth. My old teeth were just crap. They were garbage. They were all just lots of ventilation. I used to be able to close my mouth and breathe really easily through my mouth. I mean, close my teeth because there was so much ventilation. And now with these teeth in, it's hard to breathe through my mouth with my teeth clenched. It's weird. I wore my teeth for 8 hours yesterday. I put them in, took our daughter down to university, and had lunch, and came home, and I'll be damned if I didn't have dinner. I had my teeth in, and I didn't eat dinner. I couldn't find anything to eat. My wife and my daughter and I stopped at the store on the way home. I couldn't find anything. Really, eating dinner is well, it's a competition sport. It's tough. Sometimes I eat dinner, sometimes I don't. Mainly because I don't have my teeth in, or I don't want to chew on what it is we're eating. There's always something, some kind of reason. Yeah. Totally. It's totally total, you know. Like, God, I really love my new live screen. Oh, except it's not. It's not Monday. It's Tuesday. There you go. I gotta remember these things. I don't know why. I like to have little cutesy stuff on the screen. I should put a Snoopy up there. Snoopy! You like to sleep for dinner? I do that a lot. Unfortunately, I don't get nourished that way. That's why I usually... Me too, man. And I gotta stop that. I have to start eating 2 big meals a day. Right now, I'm only doing 1 big meal a day, anywhere from about 3 to 6. I hate it when it's late, because that means I'm going from like breakfast all the way to like dinner. And I don't like that. So I need to try to do breakfast and do lunch and do dinner and then do dessert. My breakfast is nothing to sneeze at. It's just a little bit of cream of wheat. But lunch should be my biggest meal of the day, and I just can't nail down some lunchtime food. When I'm down with my daughter, it's easy. I go to In-N-Out, I grab a couple of cheeseburgers and just gorge myself, right? But the rest of the week, I try to keep a little bit of organic grass-fed ground beef here, so that I can make myself a little cheeseburger if I want, because that's food, right? It's actual food. There's meat, and mayonnaise. No, I don't use mayonnaise. But it's it's real food. That and some beans, some fries or something. I got a good meal going, and that's a quick and easy out to get some nourishment into me. I put in Matifs's today because I was going to do a little bit of sang, and I did some practice every night this week. Hear my house creaking. It's really windy lately, so my mobile home standing up on stilts likes to move and settle. I hate it. I want to get the hell out of this house. This house scares me because it's not a house. It's a mobile home with a lousy floor and a lousy ceiling, and it's up in the air on fucking jack stands. And there's nothing I can do about the floor because it's a mobile home floor, and I would literally have to rebuild so much. So I just want out. We got it for really cheap, which was great, so that we could actually live in a house somewhat. While my daughter started junior high and then high school and college, now university, and now we need to move on. We need to move on to something else. I need to zoom this camera in. You see a piece of my TV there and too much of that center pole. Let me go ahead and do that. I'm right back. Don't go on. I'm going to go right to the camera. So let me, let me just go in like this. So it was kind of funny. Last night, I'm sitting there and I'm just playing my guitar and practicing, and I look at my wife, and she's just sitting on the couch, and she puts her phone down. And I say, you know, anytime you could pick up that mandolin and join me and, you know, strum a chord or two. And so she said, you know what, I did the other day. I picked it up and I fiddled around with it. I said, oh, really? Cool. She said, yeah, I went on the YouTube and found a song that she remembered from school, and she started learning it. And then she showed me how to, and I'm thinking 11, 13, 17, what the hell is this? And I see it's in it, the directions are in Espanol. I'm going, oh, okay, so this is the way that they do like strings and tablature. I can't do that. I said, this is how I do it, and I showed her. And I said, okay, if this way is easy for you to do it that way, but try to work it so that you can understand it and tablature so that you and I can get on the same page. So she picked it up, brought it in, fiddled around with it for like 5 minutes and said, okay, my finger hurts. And I said, well, then stop. Put it down. Pick it up again tomorrow and play it for another 5 minutes until your finger hurts. And then every day, pick it up and fiddle with it until your finger hurts, and then put it down. And every day, you'll be able to go a little bit longer. I can do like 12, 15 songs now before it gets so tender that I have to stop. But I've got some pretty good calluses going too. And it's unfortunate that I have to get my hands wet a lot, because it just makes these calluses peel up and go away. And that sucks. I'm going to do a hit. I'm going to do a little one-hitter here. Vienna, Vienna. Dolly. Ah, cheese, Terry. What cheese, Terry? What cheese? I gotta bite down. If I don't bite down while the glue is setting, then they just kind of go mushy. So there you go. What did I watch yesterday? I sat in the car. My daughter had a longer day. She had class, and then she had 15 minutes off before she had to go to a half-an-hour meeting. So she was there long enough for me to watch a whole movie. So I did. I got on YouTube, and I watched Grand Theft Auto, starring and directed by Ron Howard. His first directorial debut. It is a family affair. It's a Roger Corman production. It is a fun movie. It's a funny movie. It's one of those car chase drive-in theater movies, right? Basically, from the 70s. Like, there's another one that Ron Howard did just before that with Roger Corman. Eat My Dust. A great movie. So Eat My Dust comes out, and Ron Howard, little Ronnie Howard, he's doing Happy Days, and he decides he has to get into directing. He's gonna go crazy if he can't direct. So he talks to Roger Corman and says, "Hey, I want to direct a movie. Can we work it out so that I can direct a movie?" And Roger Corman says, "All right, if you bring me a movie, I'll produce it for you." So Ron Howard and his father, Rance Howard, sit together over a weekend and write up a screenplay for Grand Theft Auto. And he learns a lot from Roger Corman. But what Roger Corman also does for him, not just produces it and makes sure that he can get it released, but he sends a bunch of his own production team, right? What do you call it? Cinematographer, and a bunch of extra hands that show up on the first day of shoot to help him get this thing done, which is really cool of Roger Corman. And one of my favorite stories about the movie, the making of Grand Theft Auto, was after the first day, the entire cast and crew was going to quit because the food was so horrible. They had hired some local shitty little catering service that really didn't know what they were doing. And he was gonna die as a director in the first day. So his mother and his wife got together, took the budget for food, and went down to the supermarket, and they bought a bunch of groceries to make a bunch of food. And the next day, mom and wife were craft services for the entire shoot, and just made home cooked meals. Ron Howard's mother was famously and self-spoken that she did not know how to cook. She did very few good meals, but between his wife and his mother, they got together, and a few other the gals on the team, they got together and they made it happen. And they saved the picture. The entire movie was a family affair. Dad helped him write it and starred as a guest starred as one of the guys in it. His brother, Clint, also came on board with an actor they had previously worked on, Eat My Dust, right? The big tall guy that later appears in Don Rickles' CPO Sharky TV show. That's a funny dude. He's a funny dude. Can't remember his name. Big, tall, blonde-haired dude with glasses. Who kind of talked like this? Shoot. I'm going to have some coffee now that I feel my dentures are somewhat secure. Oh, yeah. Oh, I needed that. That is good stuff. So I have to go this morning. I'm going to go finally move some dirt. I got my wheelbarrow back. So I'm going to move some dirt. And we're going to clean a house this morning. Well, this afternoon. Check out, it's at noon. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing this morning, but I'm all toothed up and nowhere to go. So I figured I would probably do a little bit of singing this morning, because I can, because I got my teeths in, and it sounds better with teeth in, because I can whistle. I can whistle. Not that any of the songs have whistling in them. I could whistle Trixie. Why? Yeah. Because Dixie, she don't like me. Yeah, Dixie, what was that? I was watching something and there was a girl, Dixie. Was it a dog? Was it a girl? I don't remember. I know I watched something else last night. I was going to watch Toy Soldiers. Sean Astin, Will Wheaton, a couple other goofballs like that. I believe it was Sean Astin. And, oh man, what was that guy's name? I see him on Facebook all the time. Kenneth something, damn it. Oh, my brain. I better just take another hit and say, fuck it. Fuck it. No, really. Oh, really. Remember, this week's movie is Reds. Annette Bening and Warren Beatty. I've got my TV guides here. We will be, since it's Television Tuesday, we'll get into these TV guides and play around with them in the second hour. Oh, I got a new pack of lighters. I can take one of these black ones and stick it back in my my little scully bones. My little scully bones. It's this little lighter holder that Eddie gave me. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I'll stick that in there, nice and snug. And I like to have this with a lighter in it in my pocket or bag or something because it's a good equalizer, right? Because it's all metal. And that'd fucking hurt somebody. So there you go. There you go. I've been watching a bit of bare knuckle fighting lately. Not that I'm a fighter, not that I advocate fighting, but as a somewhat pugilist, I understand fist fighting, right? It is like the most Cro-Magnon thing that humans still do, is beat each other up. I'd rather see it happen in a ring than out in like a bar or out in the street or something. You know, I don't do bum fights. I don't do backyard cage fighting stuff. That's crazy. Now there's a lot less brain damage from bare knuckle than there is with those big giant pillows on your face, on your fists, that literally, when you get hit with a fist, it doesn't rattle your brain as much as getting hit with a big giant fist inside a pillow. It's just, there's something different. And beside, the rounds are shorter, and the fights end quicker. Once somebody gets a good crack to the noggin, they're done, right? It doesn't go any further. It doesn't go too well. I keep getting up and then get brain damage. Good morning, WW. Cheers to you, dude. Missed you yesterday. Reds is the film of the week. Warren Beatty and Annette Bening. And I have some news that I'd like to share with the world. So at some point this morning, we'll have breaking news. Yeah, breaking news. And that's what I got to do. I've got to get a caption here, like this one here that says Tuesday. Right? I need to get one that says breaking news. I've got one here that says be right back, so that when I take off, I can put that there. I got to remember to use that. But these are my new graphics that I'm using this morning. I finally figured out over the weekend how to do overlays with my OBS, my online broadcasting software. So now I can do a whole lot more. And I can do stuff from two computers. I can bring graphics and stuff in from both computers now, which is pretty cool. It gives me a lot more options. I spent Sunday coming up with all of these new graphics, like live here and EBS. But what's really neat, you went to Macon, Georgia on Saturday for a concert, and your car broke down. You just made it back at 10 last night. I'm sorry to laugh, but man, if I've been there. You know, all you want to do is go to a concert and have some fun. And what happens? Murphy is in the fucking passenger seat. I tell you, man. Been there, done that. I've had to hitchhike to a concert before, back and forth, because it's like, I got concert tickets, but I got no fucking car. Yeah. All right. I'm going to warm up my coffee. And do I need to grab something? I thought I had to get something. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. All right. I'm going to heat up my coffee. So, you can hear me. $1,500 later. I know. I spent $1,500 on my van to get it fixed. No fuel pump and filter. It's even worse now. So now I got to replace the PCM. All right. I'll be right back. Be right back. I got to leave these here or it'll strangle me. Man, it got weathery real quick here. Yesterday it got really, really windy. And then all of a sudden, last night it was cold. We had the door open. So we didn't have to have the air conditioner on. And it got too cold. I mean, we had like a week of window weather where you could open the door and it was nice. And it was barely nice. I was like, nah, it's still too warm. Close the door. And then all of a sudden it's, oh man, now it's too cold. Close the door. Just like that. Like overnight. It felt like it was going to snow last night. It got so fucking cold. It was bizarre. It was fucking bizarre. Yeah. So, I imagine it is snowing in parts of California now. I'm going to have to look up onto Big Bear later today and see if there's anything going on up there. It was really cloudy and cold and dark and stormy up there, so I imagine they probably got a little flurry. My brother in good night, Joey. Take care of yourself, brother. Have a good night at work tonight, and I will talk to you later, brother. Oi. So I talked to my brother up in Mammoth, and he said, yeah, snow is like on the way. And I'm like, really? Oh, that's right. It's mid-October that happens. Sometimes you'll go all winter with no snow. And then after the New Year's, it'll like dump. And that's just the way it is lately. Things are fucked up. The world's fucked up. It's a fucked up place. Fucked up world, man. Everything's all fucked up. We're all fucked. Ah, jeez. Don't be so positive. Take it easy, brother. Take it easy, brother. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Damn it. This long distance shit. So, yeah. There's so much stuff going on. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. Coffee. I'm doing the one hitter this morning. I'm trying to ration my weed until I get out to get some more later. So I'm doing my one hitter. Oh, that's so good. All right, who else is there this morning? What do we got going on this morning? I got some exciting news that I want to share with y'all. I know I may have mentioned it to Joey already. If not, I'll send him a text. Things is happening around here. My daughter went to a counselor meeting last night and found out that she's got to go down to our campus here or a satellite campus 4 days a week next semester. I had to get new alternator, battery starter, and fuse box panel. Would you fry the whole electrical system? How does that happen? How does that happen that you have to get all of those things? Did they just see you coming? Or was there really a whole shitload of problems? How do you lose your alternator and starter and fuse box panel without something shorting out all of those at the same time? Drop a wrench on your battery posts? How the hell does that happen? I've never heard of that before, having to replace all of those things at the same time. The alternator fried everything. Oh, shit. So it went over ampage and burned shit up, huh? They say. I had the new fuse box for my Audi once. Yeah, see, there you go. Thank you, Joey. I've had to replace all of those things before, but never have I had to replace a bunch of stuff because of one thing throwing a fucking chaos into everything. But it sounds like your alternator was, for some reason, it was putting out way too much ampage, and it was frying shit. Yeah, you're lucky, I guess, it didn't do more, because depending on the age of the car, it could have fried all kinds of fucking shit. It could have fried computers. It could have melted wires at some point. Had it gotten too charged, it could have melted wires in the harness and fused wires together. It could have done all kinds of shit. So I guess for $1,500 you're lucky, unless the car was only worth $500. Which is why I buy used cars. I don't buy new cars anymore. I use old cars. Not old, but used. The last couple of cars we've gotten have had less than 100,000 miles on them. And we've tripled that. Yeah. Sometimes you get a lemon. Sometimes you get a good one. Oh. Oh, yeah. All right, so I'm hoping my costume is still working, because I gave my set a costume. You notice this little post here. That's part of the costume for my set. God, I'm still not zoomed in enough. You can still see a portion of that little TV there. Right? Oh, well. You had to get a car towed to a mechanic, make it off the road into parking lot, right? See, that's why I keep roadside assistance. I've got like 2 roadside assistance. Well, we had 2 roadside assistance accounts. One was our insurance company, and then the other one was AAA. We decided to go with AAA insurance because the other one went up. So now we have AAA insurance and roadside assistance. Jesus. So close, yet so far. 13 miles might as well be 100 miles when your car fucking breaks down. Jesus. I've had to walk 20, 25, 30 miles before. Because of a broken vehicle. As a kid, even. Yeah, man. I keep roadside assistance because I'm just, and then I keep the premium so that I can. I used our towing AAA once to bring a trailer down from Northern California. I took my little Geo Metro and my AAA card with RV Premium Plus, and I drove just myself in that little car all the way to the Northern Nevada. Fixed up our travel trailer with new wheels, greased the axles, new brakes, put a new tongue on it, the works, right? And then had no way to tow it home. So I found some guy on Craigslist to tow me out of town, and then I called AAA and got a tow 200 miles down to a trailer park a campground, and I had them park it there overnight. The next day I get up and I called AAA again and had it towed another 100 miles. And then from there, found a guy in Johannesburg, up there in Johannesburg off 395, to take me the rest of the way, another 100 and some odd miles, and paid him an exorbitant amount of money that I was happy to do so that we could have our trailer down here. But I specifically got AAA roadside assistance and bumped it up to RV premium so I could get 400 miles tow out of the thing, and they would only allow me to use 300 miles, a 200 and a 100, and they said, nah, we're not going to do this again. So I just paid a guy to do it, and it worked, because I had to think outside the box. I don't have a truck, I don't have anything, I can't rent something to go up and get, so I'll pretend like I'm broken down. And it worked. We Ubered to the hotel and then to the show. We didn't miss a note. Nice. Great. Well, who did you see? Who did you go to see? Brontosaurus buckwheat. I heard of them. I have. All right. So I get one more person showing up here, and then I'm going to release some news, some breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Can I have some breaking news for you, yeah? I don't know. Is it breaking? Breaking news. If I were to open up that there and go to here and go breaking news. Oh, that was the wrong one. I got to use the other keypad here. Animanaguchi. Oh, Animaniacs. That's it. Animaniacs. We're zany to the max. All right, here we go. Breaking news. PNG. And then I'm going to do that. Oh, God, I hit the X. Breaking. PNG. Enter. Images. And then I'm going to take that. And now I'm going to save it. Save image. And I'm going to save it to October promos, where I've been saving all of this stuff. And it was Palmetto Hotel, Dickie Betts' Sons Band. Oh. Then Government Mule with Warren Haynes and the Tedeschi Trucks. I'd love to see the Tedeschi Trucks. Totally. I think I'm going to have to try to see that. See that your band there, eh? So don't you know? Okay, and that didn't mess with my CPU, screwing around. It didn't mess with anything. I'm still live. I was using my computer that I go live from, right? And now I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to add in an image. And I'm going to call this image Breaking News. Oh, Breaking News. Okay. And I'm going to grab this picture that I just found. And it's a PNG. I have no idea what PNG means, but I'm going to grab my PNG here. And I'm going to overlay it. Okay. And there it is. And now you're seeing all of this live here. There it is, right there. Breaking news. Right? So now when I have some breaking news, I can pop this up. See? See how easy that was? It took me months to figure this out. I've had this program for years. Right? And it took me months to get up the courage to try to figure this out. And then it like took me a day, but minutes to get the first thing loaded. I'm like, oh, well, that was fucking easy, right? Looks like CNN, right? It's great. Breaking news, breaking news. So I'm going to do a little bit of ambiance here. I'm going to do some special effects so that I can show WW my new special effects. All right. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. Hey, look, I'm in a truck. This is my Halloween costume for the set. Breaker 19, Breaker 19. This is Mellow Yellow and the banana hammock coming at you. That's right, I'm coming out of San Diego, dragging me a couple of trailers full of Chiquita bananas. I'll be there in just about 20. There you go. I'm in the passenger seat now because I'm just stopped. I'm just chilling out. You know, it's morning time, waking up. So my rig is totally. Okay, so that's, I know it's weird, but I've got my trucker outfit all ready to put on. I've got this going on. I've got some truck noises, some truck sounds, driving sounds. I'm going to put together some Grateful Dead to put on the 8-track player. I'm going to learn some trucker lingo. And that's going to be Halloween night is going to be me truck driving. So that'll be hilarious. Totally, eh? So there you go. There's that. Yeah. I kill me. I swear, it's just so much fun to do this shit. There we go. Back on. So, as soon as we get somebody else to click in here and say hello, good morning, then I will be releasing some breaking news. There you go. Oh, okay. I got to heat this cup of coffee up. I will be right back. So don't go anywhere. Totally. Because I'm here. But I'll just be right back. You know what a miracle is? A miracle is that I put my dentures in this morning and used the exact right amount of glue to seat them, but not to ooze out. Fucking crazy. That's fucking fabulous right there. All right. Something also amazing that happened last night is I didn't need the air conditioner on. And it was so fucking cold, I didn't even need the window open. I just had a fan on all night. And I was actually able to sleep. Usually, no, I can't sleep like that. I got to have that thing blasting noise and cold air. And it was so cold that all I had to do was turn on a fan and turn up my noise machine, my white noise, my little sound machine. So I just cranked that thing up, turned on the fan, and I was like, yeah, this is it. I've been trying to get into bed earlier. I still don't sleep the entire time that I'm down, but I'm getting more rest. Not necessarily more sleep, because I still get up every hour or so to take a leak. And I still have the pain that keeps me awake. But I'm laying down and I'm resting. And I think that's probably the most important thing, because every day I feel a little bit better. And on the days that I can get my teeth in early, I can spend the day eating, and that'll help too. So, yay. Oh, that's good. That is good stuff. We'll see how I get a black lighter, a red lighter, a couple of pink lighters. They didn't have much choices. That's okay. I like the pink. I like the pink lighter. And a little Snoopy kiss. Okay. Totally. Let's see. We need a band, an artist of the day. Let's see. Yesterday, we were talking about Rush, and Cassie picked out 2112. So there's that. I don't know. Something from the 70s and 80s, perhaps, we could pick out for today's musical interests. And I can find it on 8-track or on LP. I could pick something out. I could pick out something like the Andrews Sisters or Dionne Warwick or Cher or Diana Ross. Why women? I don't know. I just felt like busting out with some women. Yeah. Linda Ronstadt. Oh, yeah. Olivia Newton-John. Tanya Tucker. Oh, Crystal Gale. Ooh. Oh, what's her name? Oh, geez, now see, now I'm really bummed because I can't remember her name. Well, hopefully it'll come to me. Tina Turner. No, that one's a miss. I don't have any Tina Turner readily available. I might have some on 45. I might have Ike and Tina Turner somewhere on an 8-track. But nothing that I can recall right off. We just lost Ike Turner Jr. recently. Emmylou Harris. I know I don't have her on LP. And I might have her on 8-track and possibly on 45, but I wouldn't know where to look. Okay, that's 2. One more. And you win a kiss. Let's see. One more, and then I will just grab one that Stevie Nicks. Ooh, the Nicks. I know I've got her on 8-track. Do you remember if I happened to mention that when I was looking through that big drawer down there? Because I think that's where she would be. I know I don't have any Fleetwood Mac or Stevie Nicks on LP, but I do have Fleetwood Mac on 8-track. And I think I have Stevie Nicks' Gypsy Woman. Should we go look? Let's go look. Let us go look. Because we can do that. Navy Sticks. Right? I'll just be right down here. Mushing around, moving stuff around here. This is my living room here. Music stand. Mandolin. Sofa. My little tray with my stuff on it. See, here's this drawer. Okay, got the sticks. Alright, let me sit down here on the ground and real quick see if I can find me some Stevie Nicks on the 8-track. Cat Stevens. Nick Gilder. See, we're getting close. Edgar Winter, Taste of Honey, Cal Jam 2, Peter Frampton, Iron Butterfly, Jeff Beck, David Soul, Joe Walsh, Cabaret, Stardust, Hot Chocolate, Stones, Steppenwolf, Stevie Wonder. We're getting close. Kenny Rogers, Jim Croce, Red Fox, Chuck Mangione, Fats Domino, Tracy Nelson, Mother Earth, Elvis Presley, Leon Haywood. I should go to the end, because it's always at the end, right? Chicago's, The Band, Led Zeppelin, Jerry Lee OJ's. I don't see any Tina Turner. I don't see any Emmylou Harris. Doggy. I'm still looking. I'm still looking here. See if I happen to miss anything. Rolls Royce. Nope. Nope. Bo Mandy. Bo Mandy. All right. Well, that was a. I'm gonna look through here. Bo Mandy. Could I have a Stevie Nicks here in this thing? I bet I do. Fleetwood Mac Live. Spyro Gyro, Michael McDonald, Journey, Van Morrison. Let's see, Olivia Newton-John, Linda Ronstadt, Rainbow. Oh, there's a Rainbow. Let's see, Black Sabbath. What is it? They were, what's his faces? Those guys, Scorpions, that's who that was. Huh? Ooh, some Yes. Alan Parsons. I'm looking through the box of record store display album covers and seeing if I have something in there. Billy Squire, Elton John, Rod Stewart, Kenny Rogers, ABBA. There's a lot of stuff here. Grateful Dead. Rolling Stones. I don't see her though. She's probably in here somewhere. I'm just not giving myself enough patience to find them. Okay, I'm back. And I have the Belladonna album. Do I? Where was that? Did I look at that yesterday, or was that one of the ones that I had recently acquired? No Stevie Nicks in this one. We got Dolly Parton. Captain and Tennille. I bet it's in one of these new boxes. I bet. I'll bet. Let me grab one over here. Let's see. Tom Petty, Clapton, Starship. Skinner. It's not in this box. Oh. Oh. Come on, stay there. Stay together. Keep it together, man. Keep it together. Keep it together. in this one either. That means it might be in that last one down on the floor there. And I gotta pull this box out to get to it. Well, this is an old beat up case here. Sheesh. Sheesh. Okay. All the way down. All the way down to the ground. Whew. Okay, here we go. Okay. Nat Cole. Gilbert Sullivan, Wacky Westerns. 70 Garfunkel. Nat King Cole. No, not in this one. Oh, I think I have a CD or a 8-track case with just. I'm here, but I'll be right back. With just women artists in it. Out of my like 20 cases here. All right. I don't know which one is women. Comedy. Beatles. Well, this is just a mixed box. Lily Tomlin. No Stevie Nicks. BTO. The Skag. Sam Cooke. John Cash. This is all the guys. Well, except for Clooney. Alright. And I know one of these has a bunch of female artists in it. Maybe it's there. This is soul, funk, and R&B. No, this is just funk and soul. Sister Sledge. We're on a female artist thing this morning, looking for Stevie Nicks. You can't hear me, but I'm here. This one is another mixed one. Roy Clark. Chet Atkins, Burt Bacharach. We're getting there. And I know it's not that one. Try this one. James Taylor, Barbara Streisand, Paul Stanley Kiss. There's that Paul. There's that other Kiss one I was looking for. Donna Summer, Donna Ross, Dolly Parton, Fleetwood Mac, Bare Trees, Mamas and the Papas, Barbara Streisand. I got a lot of Barbara Streisand. More Grateful Dead. Keely Smith. Ellen Reddy. This is one last box here on the end. Right up here above the camera. Sparks. Sean Elvis Costello, Blind Faith. Hot Tuna, Sweet, Bloodbach. This is not it. Maybe it was the small one that I passed up. Dusty. Beatles. Oh gosh, are you kidding? It was over there all along. Looking through stacks, looking through stacks, looking through stacks. All right, I guess I'll look through this box here that I overlooked because I thought it was an older one. There we go. So pull out this new box here. This new case. We'll look at this one. Let's see a message here. The Bullet album. No, it just seems like an album everybody had, you know. Oh, well, I get it. Alright. What do we got here? Wild Cherry, Chic, Toto, Grease, Cars, Billy Joel, Jackson Mount Culture Club, ELO, Blues Brothers, Ace Frehley, Another Kiss, Dr. Hook, Cheap Trick, Jay Giles, Pink Floyd, Kansas, ELO. Yeah, I know I have Stevie Nicks somewhere. I do. I know it. I just absolutely fucking know it. I'm gonna take my guitar, move it aside, get back down here. Get down here, sir. Audio. Audio, sir. Oi, mate. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, sir. Bloody hell, sir. Bloody hell. Okay, one more box in there. Oh, no, another one there. Alright, get that one in there. Okay, this guy. Phew. Alright. Well. That took a lot out of me. Let me give another shot over here. Elemental P. Elemental P. Alright. Let me see if I got any mix on LP here. Montrose, Metallica, Moody Blues, Murphy. Nielsen. 1910 Fruit Gum Company. Yep. NWA. No nicks. No nicks, man. I'm gonna look through this thing here though. This box here again, because it's got a lot of stuff in it. Bonnie Raitt. Yeah. Yeah. Gyro Spyro. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Alright. We gotta come up with an album here. Well, Fleetwood Mac counts. Alright. Well, let's grab a Fleetwood Mac. Let's grab a... Oh, I know I got one down here. Alright, here we go. Mystery to Me, Fleetwood Mac. But this is probably one without her. So it don't count. This is one without her. It don't count. Here's Fleetwood Mac. Meat Flood Whack. There you go. This is their first album with Navy Sticks. Their Tusk. I know, I think I had Tusk over there somewhere, but I'm not going to get up and get it. Or am I? I don't remember where it was. I think it was in the drawer. I need coffee and bong. Well, not bong hits. Coffee and hits. While I'm still not here, I'll be right back. Let me heat this up. Yeah, baby. It's crazy. I'm officially back. All right, I'm officially back. I'm here. I'm alive. I will drink to that. I will drink to just about anything at this point. I told my wife that I need to start having enough to eat so that I can have a beer at dinner time or a glass of wine or something. Yeah, that would be nice. So, okay, who's here? Anybody? Roll call. Let's see. Joey has gone to bed. WW is here. I got a hit to take, so I'm going to take the hit. There you go. I've got some exciting news. So let me get rid of that. Yeah. Oh yeah. So exciting. So exciting. So, I'm just so excited, really. Really. I got to put Ace up there with Paul, and then I need to find the other Kiss solo 8 tracks so that I can beef up my 8-track Kiss collection. Because, well, this one's been tested and pad changed. It's got the same splice on it, but that splice looks pretty damn good. So I won't fuck with it. Totally. I have been using this little bat here with my bat box for over 20 years, 25 years probably, at least. I got it about the time I got married. Happened to be in Oceanside, California, at one of those nice old head shops back in the late 90s. And I bet that head shop is still there because it had everything. It didn't just have smoke stuff. It had posters and shirts and incense and decorations and just everything. Everything. And a lot of vintage stuff too. That's going to have to take a road trip. Gonna have to take a road trip and just tool around California and see a lot of the old. What I'd love to do is leave from here and go to a little house or something and stay a couple of nights down in like San Diego Vista, Oceanside, Carlsbad area. Stay a couple of nights down there to see a bunch of the stuff, you know, and then drive up into LA and stay there for a night or two and see the stuff around LA. And near LA, and then just kind of tool around Southern California and do like a tour of vintage spots, places from my past, and just kind of relive a bunch of old memories, right? That would be fun. That would be awesome. Yeah. I'd love to get get a house for a week in Sierra Madre Canyon. It was a little hippie counterculture community that we lived in back in the early 70s. And we went back there a few years ago, and it's almost unchanged. The houses are nicer because it's been gentrified, and a lot of it is vacation rentals. But it's pretty much untouched, unchanged. The little cabin that we used to live in there is gone, and there's like a 3-story house sitting on top of the same spot. But shit changes. That's what happens. The world goes on. All right. It's Totally Television Tuesday. What I need is a good TV Guide PNG to put up on the screen. Something that says TV Guide. Right? I'll have to dig that up. I guess I could try and dig it up now. Let me see if I can. Because, you know, who'd have thought it would be this easy to be able to... Oh, wrong one. Don't push buttons again. You don't want to push. TV Guide. PNG. Let's see what we get. Images. Huh. There it is. I'm going to try it. It's a web file. I don't want that. I don't want a web file. I just want something that says TV Guide. That's just a regular PNG. And then from there, I can just pop it on my bloody screen. Yeah, isn't that great? Isn't it great? Shut up. Shut up. Alright, just go right back to the top. Click on that one. That one looks like a PNG. TV Guide, save as PNG. And I will save it as TVG. There. And then I can... We're still here. Check that out. I can... continue downloading. Now it's downloaded. Now I can go, and then I can go here to the morning show, add on a new picture, a new image, and we'll call this new image TV Guide. Guides. I don't want to say guides. I just want to see TV Guide. There we go. Okay, open, and hey. I gotta try to. There it is. Is that too big? I think it's too big. Let's do that and shrink it down and put it right under the live. There. Hey, alright. So now we can talk about the TV Guide this morning, because this is what we're doing. We're talking about the TV Guide. So I'm going to try to get more and more and more. Kate Detective. So Kate the Detective at 10 o'clock on Thursday. Kate the Detective was first brought out with Kate Mulgrew right? I believe this show first came out billed as Mrs. Columbo. Los Angeles Herald. She's a writer for the newspaper. Yeah, I believe so. I totally believe it. Do you believe it? I don't believe it. All right. Let's see here. Oh, look at that. All right, so last night we didn't look at the TV guide for last night, so let's look at TV guide for last night. And Hollywood Squares at 7:30. Bernie Kopel, Barbie Benton, Scott Baio, wow, Shelley Smith, John Biner, Joanna Cassidy, George Gobel, Leslie Uggams, and Robert Walden. Woo. All right, at 8, prime time. And this is October 22nd, 1979. At 8 o'clock, Little House on the Prairie. And then Masterpiece Theater, Love for Lydia. And then Peanuts, The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Right? And let's go ahead and show you. Oh, and Fat Albert Halloween Special, 1979. I remember watching this. I love this one here. That's great. Charlie Brown. Fat Albert Halloween Special, one of my favorites. Two of my favorites. Good stuff, man. Song by Song, Great American Lyricists. And then at 8:30, Fat Albert. That's the 1977 Fat Albert Gang show. At 9, 240 Robert, Adventure. Joanna Cassidy, of course, is in that. That's why she's on Hollywood Squares. And Baby Makes 6, Colleen Dewhurst movie. MASH is also on at 9. A couple of movies. And Roots, Part 9. Oh, and here's The Running Fence. The 1977 documentary chronicles the construction of a mammoth and controversial work of art in California, as designed by a Bulgarian-born artist, Christo. Running Fence was to be an 18-foot-high nylon sheet that would meander 24 miles over hills and valleys in Sonoma, right? That sounds great, and I remember that. I remember that documentary. Running Fence, and it just looks like a big white line going across the countryside. It's just a big dividing thing, and it's just a sheet. It's just one long big piece of fabric. Nothing crazy. How dare you put up a? Give me a break. It's just art, dude. It ain't gonna be there forever. Be lucky if the wind doesn't take it away before it's done, right? Also at 9:30, The Last Day TV movie about an attempt of the infamous Dalton gang holdup. Ooh, nice. More Roots at 10. Lou Grant, the movie Running Fence. More 240 Robert. At 11:30, Johnny Carson guest host David Letterman. Ooh. And this was at the point where David Letterman thought that he was actually at some point going to be in line to take over the Johnny Carson show, because Johnny Carson threatened to retire a couple of times. And there were a few people in line for that job. And Letterman should have had it, really. And it got given to the Jaw, Jay Leno. Let's see. At 1 a.m., Tom Snyder, Alan and Susan Raymond, documentarians. Let's see. Tuesday, it's day, October 23rd, 1979, at 8, Happy Days. Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo, Claude Akins. What a great fucking show. What a great show. Look. It's just a great show. A lot of funny guests. Raymond Burr, come on. Undercover with the KKK, a 9 o'clock movie. Wow. California Fever. That is with Jimmy McNichol, Mark McClure. Oh, I remember that. California Fever. Yeah, that's a good one. Totally, eh? Yeah. Let's see. 8:30. Angie. Donna Pesco. That's right. That was a funny show. I used to watch that. Three's Company at 9. Mind Over Murder. Ooh, isn't that great? 1979 TV movie. The Fire Chasers movie, 1971. 9:30, Taxi. At 10, Heart to Heart. Hard Work, a documentary about legalization of prostitution. Ooh. Hear the Music, Profile. Violin virtuoso. And let's look at Johnny Carson. Guest host David Letterman, again. Ben Vereen. Sports announcer Bob Uecker, Marriott Hartley, and Miss America Cheryl Pruitt. There you go. And tomorrow, Tom Snyder. Former Hughes Secretary Joseph Califano. And here's the cover of that TV guide. And we got Winston's on the back, and on the inside cover we've got Golden Lights. And we will look at more cigarette ads tomorrow. Let's look at this other TV guide. This one here, this TV guide here is from 1978, the year before. And what's really interesting, these are 1 year apart, but in October. And you notice anything? Yeah, they're both WKRP in Cincinnati. What do you know about that? Weird. All right, let's take a look at Monday and Tuesday night in 1978, a year earlier. And at 7:30, Hollywood Squares, Ed Asner, Gwen Guilford, Cheech and Chong, LeVar Burton, Paul Lynde, Loretta Spang, George Gobel, Vicky Carr, Larry Gatlin. Cheech and Chong in their own square. Who would have thought, right? 8 o'clock, October 24th, Tuesday, 1978. Happy Days. Grandpa Goes to Washington. Grin and Repair It. Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman in Papillon. A Scent of Man documentary. Hallelujah Trail, 1965 movie. At 8:30, Laverne and Shirley, because it follows Happy Days. And then at 9, Three's Company, Donner Pass, The Road to Survival, a movie from 1978. UN Day Concert. At 9:30, Taxi. At 10, Starsky and Hutch. 11:30, David Brenner is the guest host, and Chad Everett, Joan Rivers, Judge Joseph Sorrentino. And tomorrow at 1 a.m. on Tuesday, October 24th, 1978, is author Anthony Burgess. Now, did we do Monday out of this one here? Did we forget to do Monday? Or did we just do Tuesday? I don't think we did Monday. Let's do Monday. So Monday on this TV guide here, 7:30, Hollywood Squares, Robert Urich, Karen Grassel, that's Ma from Little House, Vincent Price, Scott Baio, Paul Lynde, Karen Kale, George Gobel, Marcia Lewis, and Dick Clark. Wow. This is from October 23rd, 1978, Monday. Evening at Symphony. Wow, what is that? 8. Where's 8? I know you're here somewhere. Little House on the Prairie. Evening at Symphony. WKRP in Cincinnati. At 8:30, People. Features on Paul Newman, Diana Ross. At 9, Superstars of the Stage at Ohio State Fair. Katie, Portrait of a Centerfold, Anna Karenina, MASH also on at 9, Visions, a drama, 9:30, One Day at a Time, 10, Rich Man, Poor Man, Lou Grant, and Monty Python's Flying Circus at 10:30, but at 11:30, Johnny Carson, guest host David Brenner, Hoyt Axton, he played the dad on Gremlins, Alan King, Connie Stevens, James Hampton, Black Narcissus, Rockford Files, also 11:30. Gidget Gets Married, Return from the Past. Let's see, at 1 tomorrow, guest is the producer Danny Arnold from Barney Miller. And that takes us into Tuesday morning TV Guide. And there you go. And that has been the TV Guide reading for this morning. So there we go. I'm going to drink some coffee and probably smoke some pot here. All right, so I'm going to heat up my coffee first. So don't go anywhere because I will be right back. I got to heat this up. You can just go ahead and talk. I can hear you. Go ahead. See, my ideal studio would be having all of my 8 tracks on one wall on shelves behind me. That would be my ideal set, to have all of my LPs and all of my music and videos all on one camera so that I can walk to one camera and look through all the stuff like at a library and pull out what I want. That would be ideal, you know. Records at the bottom, and then go up to 45s and 78s, and then go up to 8 tracks and cassettes and CDs, and then have another wall with DVDs and VHS and Betamax, and you can't forget the reel-to-reels and the 16 millimeters and all that other shit. So there's just a ton of stuff. And if I just had one wall with everything on it, and one camera, one static camera, so I can just go to that camera and find what I need, and not have to look all over. That would be great, to do all of this in like a warehouse, and then build a set in one end of it that looks just like this, only better, and just create like a fake living room like I have here, only in a garage, separate from the rest of the house, the rest of the world, so that I can leave that and go in, and my the rest of the world doesn't have to live this. Although it's not bad living in a house that's 98%, 95% pre-90s, right? I mean, I look around, and I can count on my hands the things in the room that I see that are not of this era, 70s, 80s era, because that's where I'm at. Cheers. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Chime in if you want. I've got breaking news that I want to talk about. And I've just been kind of building up the suspense and trying to build up some viewers so I can make my announcement, because it's really exciting. And yeah, I'm probably going to be on till 8 today, because we have nothing going on until noon. And so I said to my wife, go ahead and sleep in if you want, because I'm probably going to be on till at least 8. She's like, whatever. So there we go. So that being said, we're about halfway through the show now. So anybody want to hear some breaking news? Because if you do, I'll break it. just snap it off. Here, you have a little news for you, and a little piece for you, and it's a little piece for you. Yeah. I'm excited. My daughter's excited. I sent a text message to my oldest and dearest friend, brother, in Mammoth last night to share the excitement. And yeah, quite exciting. Let's see. I'm gonna have to pack my bat box here with the remaining dubage that I have here in my tray to get me through get me through the morning until I can finish with some work and get over to reload. But I've got to get out and pick up a case of protein shakes as well. So I got a bunch of stuff I got to get out and do today. So I have my teeth in early so I can have breakfast and then have a big lunch and hopefully have dinner before I yank these puppies out. My plan is to get to where I can put them in the morning, and barring scheduling in some kind of a nap, right? Put them in the morning and take them out in the evening. Otherwise, if I know I'm going to take a little nap, then I'll just wait until after I wake up, take my nap, and then put them in. I would prefer to just keep them in. And if I can find a way to like lay on the couch, sitting up, and keep my teeth in and get a little bit of a snooze, I'll try to do that. I know that a while back I tried to like do that with my teeth in and wound up laying down, and then wound up skewing my dentures so that it rubbed my gums raw. And then it took me a while to recover from that. But yeah, as soon as we get some people in here, WW, and somebody else to chime in, then I will cut loose with some breaking news. But we need to get some people in here so I can announce this breaking news. That's pretty darn important. It's pretty darn important. Kind of important for the channel, but mostly it's important for myself and my daughter and my friend up in Mammoth. Very, 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 very cool stuff indeed. So I'm looking for another viewer to chime in here and say that you're there, and then I will release this breaking news. I'll hold on to it if I have to. I'll tell you in private. But all I require is someone else to chime in and say, "Hey, good morning. I'm here. What the hell is the breaking news? Let it out already, please. The suspense is killing me. All right? The suspense is monotonous. Monotonous. Tatamotanonymous. Matamanananonotis. What? Ooh. I just got a twinge in my brain like you would not believe. A little bit of a pain that went from the ear area right up into the brain. Just like that real quick. It was like a little, its pain's still here, but it went up into my brain real quick and then settled back down in my ear. It could be an earwig. It could be a bug inside my brain. You would think that if there was a bug inside your brain or your ear, you would hear it, right? I don't hear anything. I don't have a bug brain. Maybe I do. I don't know. Yeah. And Vanna White had some skinny legs, didn't she? Totally, man. I was going to watch that Toy Soldiers last night, but it was already like 7:30. I was right in the middle of a Scooby-Doo, and I was like, oh man, it just started. No, because I'm not going to finish watching it. I'm going to get up and go to bed within the next hour, and I did. So my wife and I put on a movie in bed. Sister Act. We watched Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg on Netflix. I love a good Whoopi Goldberg movie. That was a good Whoopi Goldberg movie. Jumpin' Jack Flash, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I like that one. She didn't do a whole lot of movies, right? Do you remember when she was in the 90s, I think, 90s or 2000s or something, but she was dating Ted Danson from Cheers, and they went to a party, and it was like, I think it was a costume party, but they went there, and she went in whiteface makeup, like the old vaudeville, mammy. She went in whiteface, and he went in blackface, right? And everybody was appalled at the fact that he was doing blackface. But she was doing whiteface. It was a shtick. It was a thing. They were mocking, right? And nobody got it. And they got so much shit over it, right? And it's like, I think that was like when all the fucking woke and all that other special people all started to fucking wake up, right? It's like, how dare you make fun of me? Only I can make fun of me, and I have no sense of humor, so no, right? Grow up, people. If you can't laugh at yourself, then you obviously don't know how to laugh at anything. Grow the fuck up. Stereotypes. You better embrace your fucking stereotype, because if not, you've got no sense of humor, you know? That's just the way it is. A stereotype, to me, is, it allows us to laugh at ourselves, right? Some stereotypes bad, but how do you earn a stereotype? How do you earn that moniker? Well, you do something so that anytime somebody thinks of you, well, they think of that. They think of that horrible stupidity, you know? Mm-hmm. How do you get away from it? I don't know. Just get over it. Laugh at yourself. You know, am I the stereotypical white guy? Mostly. You know, mostly. Stereotypical old kook. Well, WW, what do you think? Should I just cut loose with the breaking news here? It's getting close to 7. My time. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. So it says that I got a couple of viewers here. My little monitor screen here tells me that I got a couple of views. I got somebody watching. So if that's the case, let me know you're there, and I will give you some breaking news. Otherwise, I'm going to pick my nose. Nah, come on. I'll let you pick it. You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Sure you can. They just might not like it. Unless they're asleep. Pick your friend's nose while they're sleeping. Yeah, you have to pick your friends. You don't pick your friends from people that you're forced to be around. People at work, people in school. You just don't. You can, but I try to stay away from breaking news. I try to stay away from that whole thing of making friends with somebody who I'm kind of thrust into something with, like work. I don't do work friends. I never did. I tried to do work friends a bunch of times, and it just never worked. You know? You don't want to hang out with someone after work. It's okay to be work friends with somebody, but you don't want to go out with somebody after work a bunch, because then it makes working with them hard, especially if something happens after work. That's no good. And then you go to work and you got to look at that fucking idiot, you know, typing, spelling things wrong, you know, and I hate spell check. I hate when spell check corrects me because I almost always get things right. And then spell check comes and decides that I want to say something else. And that frustrates me. And I'll type it up and it'll be perfect. And then I'll hit send, not realizing that it corrected a bunch of words that I did. And I had the words right. I knew exactly what I meant. And then you read it and it's like, oh man, I didn't fucking say that. That's stupid. That pisses me off. I will retract a message and edit it and send it back. Or fucking delete it and say, nah, that was stupid. A lot of people just don't spell check themselves, right? And I see so many things popping up on Facebook alone, where people will have this really great post and their grammar, their syntax, their punctuation, nothing is right. They're spelling the words wrong. They're using the wrong spelling of the same, there's like 4 different ways to spell something and means different, and they get it fucking wrong every fucking time. No abbreviation, no punctuation, no correct spelling, the syntax, it's all just fucked up, and you have to like decode the fucking thing. It's like, boy, did you go to fucking public school and quit in the fucking 4th grade or something, You hate spelling things wrong, so you Google it. I do the same fucking thing, dude. If I get a word where it's like, oh man, I call my daughter. If she's available, I'll ask her, how do you spell this? Or if I can't figure it out by myself, I will Google it. I will type it in and punch it and see what comes up. I hate to misspell. I hate to look like an idiot when I could have taken care of it by thinking or being patient or just hanging on a little bit longer. I could have made it come off so I don't look like a fool or like a boob, like a moron, like a rube. What a maroon. No. That's why speech, when I talk, I try to enunciate my words. I don't leave out T's and use words improperly. I try to think about what I'm saying. I don't want to be thought of as, the guy thinks he's smart. I just don't want to be looked at as stupid, right? I don't give a shit what people think. But if I have to go back and watch something, I don't want to watch it and go, oh God, I didn't say that, did I? I mean, I'll say something and say it again a couple of different ways, and then look at my daughter and go, what am I saying? And she'll give me the correct. This is the how you say. Oh, okay, that's what I was trying to say. I don't have that here. I don't get that opportunity to get that help here, so I have to use what I got. Breaking news. All right, let me go into some breaking news, because it is some break. You know what? I'm going to do it at 7. At 7 o'clock, we're going to do breaking news. Breaking news at 7 o'clock. And then we'll have the last hour of the show to discuss the breaking news. I was talking to my daughter yesterday in the car, and I asked her, have you thought about anything that you want to get into employment-wise, any money-making things? She said, no, not really. Good, because she's in school right now, and she shouldn't even be thinking about that shit. A lot of her friends, a lot of people have to think about work and school. And that's the one thing that I'm really adamant about with my daughter. It's like, pick one. You're either going to go to school or you're going to go to work. If you're going to go to school, that's all you're going to do. I don't want you thinking about getting a job, doing, crap that doesn't have anything to do with school. Focus on that. Do that. Get it done and over with. You go to work and school, pretty soon it's taken forever to get done, or you never get it done because you get burned out. Deal with school and then go to work. I asked her, would you really seriously be thinking about getting a job where you could figure out how to do some travel, right? A job that will facilitate travel around the world. And she's like, well, yeah. So I threw the idea at her about being an intern, apprentice for a personal assistant, and do it for me for 2 months. and learn how to be a personal assistant at the same time as doing a bunch of things that a personal assistant would help someone do. Mainly, I want her to help me get on social media and expand my channel's reach, and help me to better my channel, but at the same time help her to learn how to be someone's personal assistant. Right? She's like, would I have to deal with money? Because I don't want to. I said, well, you know, more than likely, the money would be dealt with by your employer, and you would just access accounts to make reservations and to book flights and get a car and do all of these things, right? So you would be in charge of a lot, but they would be financially responsible for everything, including paying you. So if she were to intern here with me for a couple of months, increase my channel, make it a better channel, and learn how to do a bunch of things, so she's got some stuff under her belt, and then go to somebody who needs a personal assistant, willing to train, and start there and do that for 6 months. And then try to find the means to become a personal assistant to someone who needs her to travel, right? An artist, a band, a celebrity, something like that, or just somebody who has to travel for their work but needs an assistant with them. You know, I have to travel with my dog, and you need to take care of my dog when I'm doing my stuff, and you know, after hours you've got your own time to do your thing. If we're traveling, you've got time to do your stuff as well. So, you know, you spend most days with a dog working on a computer, scheduling and doing stuff, making arrangements and plans. And then, you know, if you're traveling, well, then you get a little bit off time, so you can go do things and travel and see sights, and that would be great. I'm sure there's a lot of that going on right now, because the amount of millionaires in this country has just increased, like, dramatically. Not to mention celebrity status, right? Just YouTube alone has created so many millionaires. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Social media, influencing. It's a thing. Not that she would have to be into any of that. She would just have to be into doing her personal assistant stuff. You know? It's either that or get a real job, 9 to 5, back and forth, commuting, going home, going, I'm dead. You know, why not think outside the box? She's too young to, and too intelligent and too fun to have to, God, to have her break her spirit, you know, and crush her into a little box and force her to be a slave. And that's what I see happening, and I'm really trying hard to avoid that. She's never had a job, right? She's never had to go out and earn money, right? School is where she earns her money. You know, she knows how to go after the grants and the scholarships and the financial aid that she doesn't have to pay back. She hasn't had to get one loan. And a lot of kids do, because they're working and they're struggling, and their parents, you know, make too much money for them to get financial aid, so they got to go out and do all of this. Oh man, no, I'm going to stay poor until my daughter graduates, so that she can benefit from it. You know, not get hindered by it. Totally. All right, let's get ready here. I got some coffee. I got a hit. I got a rumbly tummy. Yeah, earning a living is like one of the worst things that you say. I have to earn you shouldn't have to earn shit. Is that what you were brought onto this planet for? We didn't create our daughter, which we did intentionally. She was not an oops baby. We created our daughter intentionally. And I didn't do that so that she could become a slave to somebody or society or a company or an idea or idea. No, she's a slave to herself, right? And I refuse to have her ever utter out of her fucking lips, I have to earn a living. No. No. She's going to live, right? If she wants to earn some money as a tool to accomplish the things that she wants to do, living her life, that's fine. But I don't ever want her to think she has to earn her right to live. That's fucking bullshit. And I've had to earn my right to exist on this fucking planet since I was a little kid, picking up walnuts and selling them to the swap meet at the age of fucking 10. So no, I need to keep that mentality away from her. I don't want her to ever think that she's put on this planet to earn a living, to earn her right to exist. That is the worst part about life. And I don't ever want her to fucking think about that. Somebody else should earn the right to be in her presence. And everybody needs to think like that. I'm not saying that, oh, she's special or something. Yeah, like we all are. And we all need to look at life as a gift, not as, the catalyst to take care of somebody else's fucking bullshit. How much money do you make for somebody else, to make somebody else rich and wealthy and better off, right? I mean, I would go and work for companies who the owners never went out and picked up one fucking tool, never did anything. All they did was sit back and get the jobs and count the money, get the jobs and count the money. And I'm filling their pockets. I'm not working, doing something to fill my own pockets. I'm working to fill their pockets, and they're allowing me to do that by giving me a little pittance, right? Fuck that. No more of that shit. So I decided a long time ago I'm not going to let her wind up there. And that's why we kept encouraging her to stay in school and stay in school and stay. It's not like a psychology bachelor's degree in psychology is going to get her like the killer. It's just the idea that she got a bachelor's degree. It doesn't matter what it's in. That she can stick to it, that she can do that. She can pull it off. She can absorb that, or learn it, and retain it. And she does. She pulls stuff out of her head and goes like, wow, I didn't realize that was there. And it does. It sticks with you if you let it. She's been at it so long. Wow. I don't know what she don't know what she's going to do, right? And that's great, because she shouldn't have to think about that. Think about school. I didn't make her, what are you going to be when you grow up? I never asked her that bullshit, and I never forced her to think about it. Well, you better start planning. You're in junior high now. You better start planning for college. What? What parents do that? Fucking helicopter moms? I mean, come on. Let the kid be a fucking kid. Oh, indentured servant, exactly. And as soon as you take out a loan, as soon as you get that new car on payments or have a mortgage, you're an indentured servant. And that's where modern slavery came in. There was none of that credit and loans and that kind of stuff for the average person, the regular citizen. There was none of that shit before slavery was abolished, right? How do you keep slaves? You force them to need that work, to earn a living. Indentured servant. Servitude. Slavery. Modern slavery. If I could teach my daughter to do anything, it would be to avoid all that shit. Try to avoid, it's going to be techno-feudal system, right? Avoid that payment system, that slavery system, right? She's got a good head on her shoulders. She's a good money person. She can save money. And if you can pay cash for most of your life, most of the things that you need, and not have to use credit, you're better off. Well, how do you establish good credit if you don't use your credit? There you go. That's where they get you. Well, you need credit to do this and this. Not really. But they make it think like you need credit to exist on this, to earn a living, to exist on this planet. And you don't. You need credit to play that game that they want you to play to get you to become a slave. You don't work, you don't eat. LOL. Not true. Not true. If you don't work for the man, you don't eat, which is what you're saying. If you work for yourself, you can eat. Great. Even if all you're doing is collecting aluminum cans, you can still live great, and you can eat, and you can pay the bills, and you can have a decent life, right? It may not be this, but you can have a great existence here, right? You don't need to work for the man, which is paying taxes and doing that, W-2 and doing all that bullshit they want you to do, and getting credit and making payments and having a credit card because you got to do this to do that. You got to have this to do. If you start playing that game, you get locked into it, and then you're a slave. If you buy things on cash, if you earn the money yourself, so that you're saying, fuck the taxes, right? Well, what the problem is, if you're earning cash for yourself, like let's say collecting aluminum cans, every day you go out and you collect $30 or $40 worth of aluminum cans, right? There you go. That's all you need, right? How much are you making doing an hourly job after taxes? $30, $40 a day, right? Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. You're walking most of the time, picking up cans, so you're not using up gas, right? There's so many options aside from collecting aluminum cans to work outside of the bullshit. And now there's so many more gig economy, gig jobs. That's crazy. Resale, just buying old crap and reselling it, fixing it up and selling it. Oh, I found this thing for 50 cents and it's worth $25. I'm going to auction it on eBay. People do that shit all the time. Sure, you earn a certain amount, you got to pay taxes, but how much did you have to bust your ass to make the money to have to pay taxes on it, right? Not as much as you're working for the man, working for that guy who you just sent on vacation on his new yacht, right? But here you are working from paycheck to paycheck, mouth to mouth, struggling, hand to mouth, mouth to mouth. Why are we paying taxes? I just explained it, to send guys in their new yachts off on vacations, to pay for their health insurance that shits on ours, to pay for their lunches, to pay for their $100,000 salaries and shit. That's what we pay taxes for. It certainly isn't to help us. We pay taxes so that they can say, we're going to shut everything down and take a break because we can't get along. I'm so over it. Right? We should know exactly where our shit goes, and we don't. We should know exactly how we're being helped with the money that we give them, and we don't. California needs to stop paying federal taxes, and then in turn, we need to stop asking and accepting federal assistance. Period. We draw the line. We say, you know what? You keep your money and we'll keep ours. Period. That's what we need to do. And see how things change. See how much more money this state makes. And how the rest of the country will easily follow suit. And say, you know what? You start doing what you're supposed to do. Otherwise, we're just going to hold back and not pay you anymore. You see Washington, D.C. fucking dry up, man. Dry the fuck up. But they're government jobs. I got family in government jobs. Well, tell them to get a fucking job at 7-Eleven because we're closing that fucking bitch down. You want to drain the swamp? Shut it down. That's it. That's how you do it. Stop giving them money. Seriously. Just send a note in the mail that says, I will no longer be a party to this bullshit. Stop taking my money and doing wrong, bad stuff with it. You work for us, you fuckers. Act like it. You don't work for yourself. No, they work for the government. The government's its own fucking entity. That's what it is. The government doesn't work for us. It works for itself. And we foot the bill. We really, really need to stop funding the bullshit. I'm going to heat up my coffee, and then we're going to do breaking news. All right? I'll be right back. Got to heat this up. It's a little cold. Okay. Let's see. Oh man, it is a little chilly in here. I was going to turn on a fan, but it's just a little chilly in here. The sun is coming up over here. In fact, you can see a little bit of this sunshine here coming in from my window across the room. Okay, I got my hot coffee. Hot coffee. Man, are my dentures feeling like they're not even there. I'm loving this. I hope I can go all day and not be bothered by them. Okay, that is not the breaking news. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Yesterday, on the way to university down in the low desert, the Coachella area. Everybody's familiar with the Coachella area, right? So on the way down, it's like 10 minutes to noon. And my daughter says, okay, do you want to do it here, or do you want to stop in 10 minutes so I can get, so I can go in and find tickets? Because she's in line, she's in the queue at Ticketmaster. And I'm like, oh, that's right. You got up this morning and signed on, and you've been in line all morning long, and now she's ready to go in and into the purchasing of tickets, right? So at 11:58, we pulled over and waited for a couple of minutes for her to get on. And it took her 10 minutes on Ticketmaster to find us 3 tickets to the June 13th, Saturday, June 13th, 2026 show of Rush live at the Forum, the fabulous Forum in Southern California. And I had the pleasure of sending one of my oldest and dearest friends a text last night telling him that we got the tickets. We're going to see Rush. He's never seen Rush before either. It's a bittersweet thing because Neil Peart is not going to be there, of course. But still, a young drummer. So my daughter really loves Rush. It's one of her favorite bands from back in the day. That happens to be one of my favorite bands from back in the day. Just like ELO, right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So she's pretty darn excited about it. Rush logo. And PNG. Yo, bo, bo, bo. And I'm not getting anywhere with this. I'm not. Well, maybe. Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. So I'm just kind of looking at some stuff. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, man. That's right. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this. Uh-huh. There we go. Uh-huh. Does the music sound good in the Forum? Yeah, it sounds great. Led Zeppelin's played there. Rush has played there. Everybody's played the Forum. It's one of the oldest arenas. They built it for the Lakers, I believe, back in the 70s. Late 60s or early 70s. It's a great place. It smells like beer. Really, it smells like old beer. That's the one thing that is distinct about the Forum, is that no matter where you're sitting in it, because they serve beer, they serve alcohol in there. So no matter where you're sitting in there, the floor is usually a little sticky, and the place smells like old beer everywhere you're at. It does. It's like being in an old bar. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. So yeah, I can't believe that my daughter got us tickets to go see Rush. Just fucking mind blower, really. You know, it was crazy. Like when she got us tickets to go see what you call it? Oh man, that's a hell of a that's a hell of a thing. That's a big Rush. Look at that. I'm trying to fit it into my thing here. But that's it. There we go. Rush. That's live, baby. That is live. Look at that. Prince played like 14 nights in a row at the Forum. Were you there? No. When was that? Was that back in the 80s? 86 or 87? I know because my sister, she went and saw Prince out there. Way back when. No. The last residency or short residency that we went to was Harry Styles played 15 nights at the Forum. And it was his Love on Tour extended. He started the first one with one album. He went and did an entire tour and then came back the following year and did Love on Tour. The same tour, just continued, but he switched albums. And so my daughter saw the first one with my wife, and then she saw the second one with me. And then a few months after that, we saw him down the hill here in the desert on his birthday. So that was pretty. So it was 21, 22, and then 23 is when we saw him. But the Forum, I've seen a lot of shows at the Forum. I saw Roger Waters at the Forum. I saw Robert Plant at the Forum. I saw Jimmy Page at the Forum. I've seen a lot of great shows at the Forum. And then most recently, a lot of great shows. Paramore and the 1975, and of course Harry Styles, and some other stuff. We've been to so many shows in the last 3 or 4 years. It's hard to remember. I need to sit down with my daughter and try to catalog all the shows, because I had a list, an ongoing list for a while, and it just got crazy out of control. So, cheers. So, breaking news. My daughter and I are going to Rush in 2026 at the Forum, at the fabulous Forum. And she's gone to shows at the Forum with her friends that I haven't gone to. So, first of all, her concert count has surpassed mine entirely. For a while there, she had surpassed my concert going, like at her age. Like, okay, at your age, I had already been to this many concerts, and then she passed that. And now she's gone to more concerts than I've gone in my entire life. And she's only been going since high school, since she graduated high school. So she's only been going to concerts for like 4 years. And it's out of control. And she has no intention of stopping, which is fantastic. It was the tour where Prince was playing in the round on a circular stage that rotated in the middle of the arena. Ah, that sounds great. That sounds great. I'd totally do that, yeah. I was a Prince fan. I was a Prince fan back when he had an afro. And he was somewhat normal looking and was still really flamboyant. But his guitar playing was just phenomenal. It was just phenomenal. Very underrated guitar player. You know what? And he's probably got more stuff recorded on recording, packed away in a vault somewhere, that is probably shits all over the guitar stuff that we've heard, right? Wow. Yeah, it is amazing stuff. Yeah. I heard that his real name is Elroy Fitzsimmons. Elroy Fitzsimmons. And his father is actually a big red-headed Irish guy. I'm not kidding. Elroy Fitzsimmons. Elroy Eugene Fitzsimmons was his original name. How do you get on stage with that, right? With that persona and that name? It just didn't work, right? And he tried a couple of different names before he got to Prince. He was Sultan, I think. He was Duke. He was Maharaja. And then he finally landed. He was going to do King, and then he landed on Prince because he didn't want to be so presumptuous, so ostentatious, right? But Elroy Eugene Fitzsimmons, Prince. Breaking News. That was his original moniker. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Elroy. E-E-F. Eef. They used to call him in school. Eef. Elroy Eugene Fitzsimmons. Eef. Yep. Old Eefer. Old Eefer turned out to be Prince. And he started off playing the glockenspiel before he got to the guitar. I don't know why. I think he picked it up in school. Yeah. Did you see the YouTube video when Prince comes out on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame show? While my guitar. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one. That's a great one. Uh-huh. 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 Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-huh. 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 Just a little, You know what happens is I get these little bouts where the glue has kind of come and gone into the wrong area. So I got to do a little bit of wiping. I'll be right back. I'm here. All right, I'm back. I just gave you a little taste. Just a little taste to see what it tastes like, eh? No, really. No, really. Anywho. I guess we're done with the breaking news. Totally. It's Totally Television Tuesday. We haven't really talked about a TV show. I was kind of hoping we'd have a TV show to talk about today, but I think the TV guide pretty much wrapped it up there, eh? You know, don't you know? I don't know. I don't know. I try not to dwell on what's going on out in the world, and I don't watch the news. I don't watch commercial television. I don't listen to radio news. I don't listen to talk radio. I don't watch talk shows. Anything news related nowadays is entertainment, or news with commentary. And I miss the old news days where they would come on, they would tell you the news with a straight face, not trying to get you to lean one way or the other. They just told you the news and they fucking moved on to the next story. And there wasn't a bunch of political bullshit built around it. Like if you watch a news program nowadays, you see the structure of the news and how they deliver the news is designed so that by the end of that 30-minute news program, they've shown you stories and commercials and previews and even movie trailers that get you to lean in the direction that they're pushing you in. Open your eyes, open your ears, watch it from afar. Don't get emotionally involved. Don't look at it as entertainment. And watch how it unfolds. And how at the end, they're trying to get you to think this way. And it happens all the time. And I cannot watch it. Because I don't watch it every day. And I don't let it into me. So that when I do see it, I'm quite aware of what they're doing. They're brainwashing you. They're programming you every step of the way. Social media. They'll add social media crap and and be sure to check out this, and we'll go more into this bullshit, you know. And people do, and people follow those instructions and allow that shit into their head and into their hearts, and it's corruptive. I don't know if it's still shut down because I don't pay attention to that shit. I don't. I avoid it. I will catch my wife watching news. She watches it in Espanol, so I don't have to be invested in it so much. But when the videos come on and I recognize things that are happening in the speech, and I'm like, yeah, I got to go into the next room. I'm not going to tell her, turn that shit off, you know. I'm not controlling. If she wants to watch it, that's fine. I'll say, this is not for me, and I'll get up and, I'm not going to watch this right now. I'm out of here. And I'll express my opinion, but I'm not going to say, turn that shit off. You're going to watch that shit in my fucking house. That's ridiculous. Do what you want. Just don't expect me to be involved if it's not my thing, right? And I don't want to be involved in the news. I don't want to be involved in pretending like our government gives a shit or they're here for us, because they're not. They are 100% completely for themselves. Completely. And if you think the government works for us, you're fucking delusional. You are out there. You're crazier than fucking I am. You're batshit fucking crazy if you think the government works for us and gives a shit about us. They want our money, so they make it look like it, but they don't. Oh, we'll fund your programs. But you got to be beholden to the bullshit that we throw at you. I was away in Macon, Georgia all weekend. I didn't watch any news. Well, good for you. Stay away from it. Turn off the news. Grow a garden. Period. The news used to be there to inform us, right? We had to get the news. It was mandatory for there to be public channels coming over the airwaves that allowed us to see the news. And the rules were, you give us the fucking news. You don't bullshit it up. And then they started doing entertainment news programs, news with commentary. And then we became lost. Now every news program is like that. You got the ABC, CBS, and NBC nightly news, where they try to do that. They try to make it appear as though they're just giving you the news. But the way the program goes, they do an arc so that by the end of the show, you're thinking this way. Whatever it is they want you to think. And they've used commercials. They've used social media. They've used even movie trailers and upcoming TV shows to aim you in that direction. And be sure to watch 60 Minutes Spotlight program on the bullshit that they're trying to get you to think about. I can't even think about watching fucking TV anymore. It's just stupid. You know, and I can't call people stupid who follow that shit. I just have to say they're uninformed. they're in the real world, they're uninformed. In that world, they're wrapped up in the bullshit that they want you to be wrapped up in. In the real world, that bullshit means nothing. Right? Until they come and sit in your lap and say, give me money, or I'm going to defund your program, or give me money, or we're going to invade your country, or give me money, or we're going to, you know, fuck you over completely. You didn't pay taxes. Yeah, I think it should be, I don't think it should be mandatory to pay taxes at all. I think it should be up to the individual to decide through a checklist, has my government done what they are required to do? If not, I'm allowed to hold back my money because they're not doing their job. I voted this way and it's not going that way. Well, you know what? If we voted on shit ourselves and took the power away from them and their votes and their gathering together to decide our fate, if we decided our fate, we wouldn't fucking need them. The government was in shutdown when I left Saturday morning. That can't be good. It makes the U.S. look like idiots around the world. The U.S. are fucking idiots. All right? First of all, our people, our citizens are idiots because we allow these fucking assholes to be in charge. We allow a whole fucking government filled with self-righteous fucking zealots and fucking sycophants, right? And money grubbers and warmongers to be in charge. We allow them to be in. We foot the bill, so we got to be fucking morons, right? So yeah, you go all around the world and they look at us and they fucking laugh. They fucking laugh. They laugh at the government. They laugh at who's in charge. They laugh at us for allowing this to happen. They laugh at us because our democracy says that we should be allowed to do this. And our government says, nah, right? I don't know what that statement means. I don't like just blanket statements about a people. I realize that there is a lot of that. But there's a lot of shit going on in this country. A lot of people want to say, blame it on the Jews, or blame it on the blacks, blame it on the Mexicans, blame it on the Irish, blame it on this or that, you know. Ultimately, the majority of us are responsible for letting the minority fuck us over, whether it's the minority of the government, the minority of major corporations, or the minority of Jews in charge. It don't matter. We allow it to happen. All right? Because we're fucking slaves. We're always beholden to somebody. Because we need our little pittance in order to survive. You know, I'd like to understand what that, just that one word means to you. Because sometimes it's thrown out there in all capitals. It's like you're yelling it like a 4-letter word. And I don't like that. Because that lumps everybody who uses that word into one pile, and that's not right. That's not right. So I need to understand what that word means in your usage. Why did you write it that way? Why did you all of a sudden, yeah. Because there's a lot of shit going on around the world. I honestly think we should defund Israel, right? And that's just because they're fucking up big time. You can't lob bombs over a wall at somebody and say that it's good, right? Netanyahu's a fucking kook. He's a nut, all right? If we're funding what's going on over there, we need to step the fuck back. What other group could commit genocide and nobody would do anything about it? The United States government, first of all, they committed genocide in this country just by stepping foot on the shores and passing out blankets with disease, right? The United States government is one of their major foreign policies is fucking genocide, right? We have committed genocide all over this planet in the name of democracy and God and country and all that bullshit. So yeah, there's a lot of people, groups who do this. There are groups in China, there are groups in Russia. All the major forces around the world go out there to commit genocide. I mean, if Russia had its way, they would have killed every German after World War II, claiming them to be Nazis, Nazi sympathizers. It was your country. You should have stopped the Nazis, so therefore you're a Nazi. And they could have just killed all the Germans, right? It's unfortunate that because of what happened to the Jews in World War II, that they forcibly removed people from Israel just so that they could take it over. And that's what started all this. That's what started that war in Israel with the wall and Gaza Strip. And it was the forced removal of people from that area who were there for a long time, you know. But the Jews claimed right on it, and they got it, and the UN gave it to them, and that's how that worked out. I'm not saying it was good or bad. I don't go in for that. It's not my thing, you know. But that's the way I understand it to have happened. Was it good? Oh, not for the people who were removed, and those are the people that have been screaming for the last 50 years, 60, 70, 80, however long it's fucking been. So good for one is bad for another, you know. I don't see it being the fault of one people, but I do see it being the fault of a government, and certain governments are fucking up. Yeah, I don't know why nobody's... You know what? My idea is to go in there, right, to where Israel is lobbing bombs over here and they're lobbing bombs back and they're fighting. I go into that region, gas everyone, knock them the fuck out, put them all to sleep. Put them all, make them all snore and go to sleep. Pick them up, one by one from this side, one from this side, put them in a room. When they wake up, they're in a room together. This side and that side. You either get along or kill each other. Figure it out, all right? Everybody is put together with somebody, their counterpart over on the other side of the wall. They're put together, a teacher from this side and a teacher from that side. Figure it out. A worker from this side, a worker from a maid, a bartender, whatever. Bring them together, you know, one and one, and let them work it out individually. You take the government, the religion, the bullshit away, people are going to work it out 9 times out of 10. And then let them all come back together, tear down the fucking wall, and let them live together. You know? How dare you block off a place, put up a wall and say, this is ours now, stay the fuck out. That place, that region belonged to countless peoples for countless centuries. And now they're going to say, no. I don't go in for that either. Right? And it's not just them. It's countries all over the world. Governments all over the world do this shit. Yeah. And it's the people that allow it to happen. The majority of the people on this planet give up the power to such a minority. It's fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that we allow it to happen. If everybody stands together and says, nah, well, we're going to get tanks and run through the streets and grab you up and shoot you and line you up on the... Well, fucking do that. But no longer will we just sit by and let you fucking run the show. Every country needs to shut down their... Not let their government do, but shut down their government. Shut it down and give the power back to the people, and then only start it back up when we have people in there who are us and not them. Because it isn't us and them thing, it is. And it should only be us. There should only be us. Yeah, silent majority, exactly. We're silent, but it is a forced silence. And now, when everything goes through digital processors and algorithms and AIs, they can filter that shit right out. This program may be filtered and canceled, and yeah, you had stuff on there that we don't want to, so it's going to be, and I may get a thing later. You know, you said that word, you used a derogatory, it's like, yeah, give me a fucking break. Silent majority, the silent Murphy's Law. Yeah. We have the power. And most of us are so fucking scared of a few. Because they don't have any fucking power. They have power if we allow them to have the power. They don't have shit. We have the power. Hold back our votes. Hold back our tax money. Hold back, our complete faith in their bullshit. Because I don't have faith in the government at all. Not one little fucking iota. Not one little ounce of faith in our government to do stuff for us. I have faith in the government doing things to set them up, to take care of them, no matter what happens. They're going to be fine. Even if they shut down, they're going to be fine. Because we're still we're still keeping the lights on. And we're the fucking idiots. We're the morons. Silent morons. That's what we are. Silent morons. Sorry about that noise, but I gotta bang that out of there. It's horrible. It's horrible how we let shit just go and go and go and go and go. And it's no oversight, no citizen oversight. That's what's gotten us this far, this bad, is that we don't have checks and balances. We allow them the right to say, it's top secret. We can't tell you. It's a matter of national security. We can't tell you for 50 years what we're doing right now because it means that the government might be screwed over. Well, what about us? We're getting screwed over by you doing stuff and not having to tell us what you're doing for 50 years. All the people who have done all these horrible things, well, they're all dead and gone by the time we get to finally hear what the fuck they did to us. That's not right. We should know exactly what's going on in our government every single fucking second of the day. And if we need clearance, then we should have our own citizens who have been in all of that, who have clearance. They should be investigating everything every step of the way, right? You should only be able to spend 2 years in service, right? Ever. So that no matter what, no administration can continue to run. No people can put their... she'd put another dime in the jukebox, baby. You can't put your faith in something that doesn't work, right? And right now, that's what we've done, right? We need to revamp everything. If you can only spend 2 years in service, you can't screw up shit. You know, it's like those senators right? Who they're in there for life. And then when they leave, their wife takes over and continues the same bullshit. Oh, God, that kills me, right? When you got this old fucking, we're just waiting for him to fucking die, right? And then his wife, who's 20 years younger, she comes in and continues the same bullshit. Ugh. God, that fucking shit pisses me off. Where's my probe? I need my probe. Where's my probie? Hello, probie. Probie. Where's you at, probie? I don't know where my probie is. Probably on the other side of the room. Yeah. Let me go check out and see if I can find me probie. There you go. My probie. Ah, there it is. I don't give a damn about my reputation. Ah, there you go. I don't give a damn about my bad reputation. Right? I don't bloody give a shit. I advocate change. Hashtag release the cure. I advocate change across the board. You know what? They shut the government down. We should shut the government down. We pay the bills. You know how we should shut the government down? April 15th. Don't pay taxes. Don't send them a note. Send them a note. Right? An IOU. Corporations, businesses, companies, they should still pay taxes. The average citizen who is footing the bill for our government, we need to stop paying taxes. And we, the people, need to let them know that we want to know exactly where our money's going. We don't want shutdowns. If you're going to shut the government down, we're going to shut you down. Period. We want things done for us. We don't want shit done for the government anymore. They're doing far more for themselves now than they are for us. And it's not like this administration is responsible. It's been going on for 25 years, 30 years, 40, 50 years. It's been going on for the longest time. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And now the government does more for itself than it does for us. And we foot the bill. It spends more money doing for itself than it does for us. It goes into debt, trillions of dollars into debt to foot the bill for funding stuff that we should not be funding, right? We pay taxes so that they can then send money back to us funding special interest programs and all of that they write in their special little things, right? No, that's not right. If we kept the tax money that we would normally give them and told them to keep their fucking money too, we'd be better off. You know, you stay out of our state and we won't need your money. And we're not going to give you any money. You know? No. We'll get our own fucking military force, right? We've got our own military force here already. It's called the police. Right? And right now, the police are trained in military fashion. So, if we need an army, all we have to do is pick up the fucking phone, and we can fill our streets with soldiers, average citizens who know how to soldier and know how to police. Well, you know, take your military bases out of our state, take everything that is federal out of our state, and keep it. We're done with it. We don't need it. We don't fucking need it. They need us more than we need them. Don't you realize that? We don't need their bullshit. They need our money. If we stop giving them money, they're going to come and take it. Because the government is fucking greedy and obnoxious. And they will. They will lawsuit us, right? They will invade us. They'll stop financial transactions. They'll close down banks, federally funded banks, right? Fuck that. We get our own state banks. I'll move my bank account over to someplace else that isn't federally funded, right? Federally backed. We got enough money in this fucking state here to take care of ourselves. You know, we could have our own fucking currency here in California if we fucking wanted to. Every state could have its own fucking currency, which it used to have before we got involved with this federal government treasury bullshit. Once again, they dictate to us and we just fall in line. We're supposed to have a vote, right? But we elect a couple of individuals to go in there and then be lobbied into being bought off and told to vote this way. And then all of a sudden what we want doesn't happen because the people we sent in get bought off. And they change. Oh, it's better for this. Oh, well, this is just the way the government works. We have to do it this way. Because they were bought. They filled their pockets. Somebody filled their fucking pockets to get them to change. And that's what happened in Washington. The nicest, best people in the world will go to Washington and be corrupt. You know? They will be corrupted. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And it's true. Because it's happened. It's already happening. What are you going to do? Nothing. Nobody does a damn thing. They get on their fucking phones and they swipe and they go party and they do this and they drink and they smoke. And why do you think pot was legalized? Because if we legalize, let the states legalize. Let it happen. Right? The federal government says. Because we know it's going to put the people to sleep. Yay, we can smoke pot now. We'll worry less about bullshit. It took us decades to get pot legalized. And they only waited until they wanted it to be legalized so that they could use it against us. Right? Social media, smartphones, using them against us. Television, using it against us. Everything is being used to program us into letting shit happen. It's fucking just ridiculous. And we just let it happen, let it happen, let it happen. Because we're either too scared of the government, right? And we're scared to death of our fucking government. Or we just don't care. We're too fucking busy. I got to pay the bills. I got to do this. I got my ex-wives nagging at me to send them out. We got shit going on, so we can't be bothered. That's why we elect officials, because we can't be bothered with it. We're too busy being slaves to be bothered with running our own fucking country. And that's fucked up. We just give the power up, give the power, and now we have such little power. We control two things in this country, jack and shit. That's it. We have the illusion of having some kind of control. No, we don't. We have all the power, but we refuse to use that control that we wield. Right? Yeah. The majority rules, and we are the majority, and we should rule, and we don't. We can connect everybody on this planet right now via the smartphone, right? So if we can connect everybody in the country onto the smartphone, and everybody can log on, do an eyeball identity thing, and log on and see what there is to vote on, and vote on all the stuff that they're supposed to vote on, right? Then what do we need everybody else in there for? Right? It's like all of us collectively have decided, okay, here's the list of things that we want to work on that people have sent in. Here's what we want to work on. Here's the majority of people have decided that we need to work on these parts. So we're going to vote. We're going to vote on this. Can we do this? Yes. Can we do this? No. Can we do this? Yes. Can we fund this? Yes. Can we put... Yeah, we can do that. We can vote that way. We can run our country that way collectively. Yet collectively, we hand the power over to a little minority who do what for us? Two things: jack and shit. They jack us off and shit on our face. Jack and shit. That's what we get. That's what they do for us. Jack and shit. Ugh. And what are you going to do about it? Be afraid. Be afraid of the government that you fund. Be afraid of being billed or taken to jail because you didn't pay your taxes, right? I got fees because I didn't pay taxes. Oh my God, right? To be afraid of your own government on many different levels. That's not democracy. That's not the way I was raised to see how the country's being run. But then again, about 25 years ago, everything went out the fucking window, right? Anarchy in the USA. That's what we need. We need anarchy to start anew. This democracy government thing was a great experiment, which is all it was. But it's failed. It has failed its people. And the people need to take it back. Period. I'm not advocating, I'm here. I'm not advocating violence. No, I'm advocating change. Rational change by people, clear thinking heads who want to stop the bullshit. And all of the bullshit seems to be in Washington, D.C. That's where the bullshit is. You know? You see somebody out there working their ass off every day to pay their bills. That's not bullshit. You see somebody in there in the Capitol building falling asleep while somebody's filibustering, right? And what are they doing to earn that money besides falling asleep and arguing and not getting along? What? How do they represent us? By overspending and underperforming. How? Live off the grid, exactly. Stop paying taxes, live off the grid, stop needing them, and they will realize how much more they need us. Period. We keep their lights on, right? Even if the building is empty because they won't get along and decide, well, we're just going to shut down. We're still paying for it. That doesn't stop. So why should they be allowed to stop? They should not, and we should pull them out. Civil disobedience. Yeah. Orderly civil disobedience. You know? All of the federal taxes that should be paid from California should go into an account. And when the federal government starts to perform the way California wants them to perform, we will give up that tax money. And we'll even give you the interest on it that it's been accruing while it's been sitting there waiting for you, right? But you got to perform. We don't want any funding from you. If we're not going to pay taxes, we don't want any funding from you. What we want is for you to perform correctly. And then we can renegotiate the terms. Because right now, broken treaty, which, you know, of course, that's what the government is famous for breaking promises. Campaign promises, broken. Promises to get into office, broken. Promises in office, broken. Underperformance, overpaid. Without violence, like Gandhi style. Yeah. Yeah. But people, they have to be vetted, right? Because you can't trust a protest anymore. Because the powers that be are going to send in influencers to cause it to go bad so that they can say, well, we have to shut it down, martial law, because you guys can't control yourselves. No, we can't control the idiots that you send in here to fuck everything up, right? And it's been going on for decades. And we need to stop that, right? Anybody who's at a protest needs to know everybody else at the protest. And if you see somebody who's wrong, do you know this? Who is that guy? You know this guy? He just threw a rock. Grab him, tackle him, citizen's arrest, haul him away. And they don't do that. Somebody throws something, everybody goes, yeah, let's do a throwing shit. Woo! What is it, a fucking food fight? This is an Animal House, you fucking morons. It's a fucking goddamn protest. Act like adults. Act like fucking children on a fucking playground. Idiots. Of course you're going to get shut down. Told you can't protest anymore. Martial law and curfew and all that shit. That's what they want, you fucking idiots. They want you to run amok in the street so they can fucking shut you down and send you home or put you in jail. You know? We need to get the federal fuckers out of our state. Stop footing the bill for the government until shit goes back right, correct, human. You know? Let's get humanity involved in the government. Let's get citizens involved in the government. You know? Let's see. We'll agree to pay you taxes again and accept your federal funding and renegotiate the terms of our union only when you allow citizen oversight committees from our state to investigate every single part of the government, even those that we're not allowed to see. We have people with clearance in our organization who can go there and look at it and then report back to us and say, yeah, everything's cool. They have the right to keep that secret. Or we need to get an attorney. They're holding secrets that we should know about. Right? There you go. He doesn't have to tell us. But we need to get an attorney that goes after them and says, you know what? You can't keep holding information and claiming, you know, that it's for national security. Because that's such a broad fucking term. They could do anything they want to us and just say national security. Bullshit. That's it for the coffee. That's it. It's almost 8 o'clock here on the Pacific West Coast. The 14th of October, 2025. It's crazy. It's crazy up in here. You know? Change. Hashtag release the cure. We need change in our government. We need change in our country. We need change in our state. We need change in the thinking of the average citizen. Right? Because thinking is not involved when you're going to school. Right? It's programming. That's what's involved. Learning rhetoric. We need change. We need change from the ground up. From the first day in school to the last day in office as president. Everything needs to be retuned. Big time. Revamped. Every aspect of local, state, and federal government. From the school board to the town council to the police department, all the way to the top. To the House of Representatives. Everything needs to be overhauled. And we need more regular people to do the overhauling. How does this affect the average person? That's the first thing you should fucking think about, because the average person are the people who run the fucking country. Get up and go to work every day. Get up and make shit. Keep the fucking lights on, right? So how does what you're doing affect the average citizen? All right? If that's not your first and foremost fucking thought, get out of office. Because you're not there for us. And that's who you need to be there. We are the majority, motherfuckers. You need to be there for us, not you, and not that minority that puts your fucking goddamn vacations, you sons of bitches. And not those fucking lobbyists. I hate lobbyists. Lobbyists out. Attorneys out. Judges out. Politicians out. Representatives, legislate, all of that shit fucking out. Start from the bottom up. You know? You want to have a government shutdown? Shut it down because we're restaffing from the ground to the top. Shut it down for that reason. And if you don't shut it down for that reason, we should shut it. You know what? We're going to shut our government down because we're going to restaff. Everybody is going to get re-vetted. And if they're not there because they want to work for us, they're gone. Period. Oh, it just fucking pisses me off. When we've got so many people who could do so much good, and there's just so much greed and selfishness involved. Fucking zealots and nepotism and idiots. I wish I could stay on longer today, but I cannot. I have to get going. I got to do my thing. I got to get my thing on today. I got to go to work. I got to eat breakfast. I got to do all kinds of other shit. So I'm going to say goodbye for the day. Yeah. So to recap. Totally. I am going to hit the road. I will see you tomorrow, Old Time Radio Wednesday. Please tune in tomorrow for more discussions about anything. Cheers, brother. Take care of yourself. Thanks for stopping by, WW Joey. Anybody else who's been here, flies on the wall, what have you. Love you all. Take care of yourselves. I will see you tomorrow, bright in the morning. I'll be up at 4 and I'll be here at 5. So stop by, say hi, chime in, give us something to talk about, right? It could be fun. You never know. You never know. All right, people, take care of yourselves. I will see you in the mañana, all right? And, yeah, like that, baby. Totally. You know what to do. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be kind. Spread peace and love, not bullshit and war. Do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else too. Why? Because it is what we do, baby. It is what we do. And it's what you should do. Give a shit about people. Yeah, take care of yourselves. Most especially stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. You gotta do it yourself. You gotta put in the effort. You gotta do the work. Care about people. That's weird. No bullshit. Just do it. Just fucking do it. Just do it. Just do it. All right? Just do it. Just take care of each other. Just do it. That's all. There you go. Be kind. Be kind. Rewind. All right, people. Love you all. Take care of yourself. Oh, and one more thing. Adios.